Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, okay there, game. It's not like me messing around with things as I'm streaming. That's fine. Let's jump to the Let's Chat and talk about the plans for today. Listen to a song as we talk. Oh, very familiar song, this one. So, Chapter 6 is kind of interesting because it has a, probably one of the few really story-driven dungeons in the game. I would say the other one that ends up having a lot of story would be probably Lizard's Tower. But this one actually just has a lot of plot in general, including a very rare moment where we have a lot of people to talk to. So we'll see how far we get into Chapter 6. Because even with the dimensional slip, if I'm looking to get the most out of the dungeon, it's still probably going to take a while. So I promise we'll clear at least one dungeon today, as well as get all the character recruits out of the way. Now I need to pay attention to what my seal value is. I think everything is set up for the good ending. And if it's not, I have to replay something off stream. But I think we're good to go. I have a fair amount of leeway with the seal, and I'm pretty sure I'm under it. So we'll see, chat. Now keep in mind, there are characters we still haven't even recruited yet at all. And that's going to help drive the seal value down further. I don't really know who we're going to get. I think some characters are forced to show up in this chapter, but we'll see. Like, I think if we haven't seen them in chapters 4 and 5, I think they have to show up in 6. I won't name names, because I don't want spoilers. Because obviously they haven't shown up in this playthrough. There's a few characters offhand I can think of where I'm like, wow, I'm pretty sure we got them before this point. But it's fine. We'll do what we can, chat. We'll do what we can. So let's go ahead and switch into the game. Fighting the shadowy gods. What a battle theme. Title, I mean. So I believe we left off, I literally started chapter 6 and I did not send anybody, which is perfect because I need that save file for later. Oh, gotta switch the discs, chat. Give it a second. I'm gonna make sure I have another save on slot 2, just in case something happens. Yeah, this is kind of one of those extremely important chapters I cannot miss under any circumstance. So I'm gonna put a little save there. That's why I've been trying to put as many of the end chapter ones here as possible. So I'll probably end up clearing Data 4 and probably Data 1, because I'm not gonna replay dungeons to get those characters. Oh well. Let's take a look at our seal. What's our seal at? It's only at 27. Wow. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. So I believe sending somebody to Valhalla puts it at 39. I need to be at 37, I think is the highest I can be and still get the good ending. And spoilers, every time we recruit a character, we get 2 seal removed. So we're good. I literally just need to recruit 1 character. We're in for the good endings. Let's go ahead and set up for the best ending. Looks like I saved successfully, and we have nothing but garbage in his inventory. Now, I could give him a little kind of parting gift to help our odds. I'm trying to recall offhand what the requirements are. Oh, they need a brave warrior. Okay, they need the flame bandana. Well, they don't need it, but it's just free points if I do that. Go to divine item. I kind of remember giving him like a bazillion of these now that I think about it. Imparts the wearer with courage, chat. Well, enjoy 3 of those. I think otherwise we're pretty much good to go. I could give him just like random nonsense like rabbit's foot. Protects wearer from drowning. You know what, chat? Just in case. We'll book him up, chat. Oh, it doesn't actually show up there. That's interesting. Well, that's fine. We'll give him a little bit of everything then. I was just gonna give him a random decoration or whatever that slot is actually formally called. I actually don't know. It's only abbreviated. Who knows, chat? It could be anything. You know what? If we're gonna get him later, I'm gonna get the. Let's give him the combo jewel and the power, in case we end up playing with him later. I mean, this is probably our most properly equipped warrior we're sending so far. So Odin should be very thankful. But chat, he even has an F stock. Like, come on, we tried. Look at that. It's not a terrible weapon. 570. It's pretty good. Also, chat, look at that hero value, by the way. Like, this was our backup hero for a different chapter, chat, but it's like, look at this. What a god, chat. What a god. Like, in theory, you could still send Jun here, by the way, chat, if you were curious. The other character that I think is not terrible is probably Gray. This will probably be the last time Jun would actually qualify, because you need a pretty high hero value at this point for most characters. Also, Jolanda has exactly 1 hero value. She did it, chat. She's the 14th level forehead. Anyway, let's send Lucian. I know, this should basically be max evaluation. We sent him everything. And look what happens, chat, when you transfer him.
Lucian, what is it that has taken root so deeply in your soul that it troubles you still?
It's very rare you get a transfer cutscene.
If you do not wish to answer, I will leave you be. However, I must remind you that you cannot accept your death until you have left your worldly troubles behind. What is it, Lucian? Have you decided to speak?
Would you go with me to that village?
I have no objection.
I was born in this village. We always used to play here, the two of us.
And this house?
My best friend. This was her house. I hated her parents. They were always so cruel to her. But Platina got upset when I spoke ill of them, so I tried to keep my mouth shut.
Her name was Platina?
Yeah. We were so close, but...
But?
One day I found out that her parents were going to sell her. We escaped together. I was just a dumb kid back then. I couldn't think of any other way. I wouldn't let anything happen to her, no matter what. In the dark of night, we ran until our lungs were about to burst. Just like this. we stumbled onto this place. Your helmet. Could you take it off? I knew it. You look exactly like her.
Like that girl?
Yes. That girl, Platina, she inhaled the weeping lily pollen and died. It was my fault if I hadn't brought her with me.
And I resemble this girl.
And that's why... I know it's wrong to feel this way about a stranger just because she looks like someone else. But nothing has changed. I still love her.
Uh-oh, chat. Nothing has changed. Or has it?
You see a semblance of your first love when you look at me. But there's a chasm between men and gods that cannot be traversed. Thus, love between the two is not possible.
Someone might want to break that to Lazard.
However, Lucian, I hope you live so we can meet again.
I think this is one of the few times you actually see her without the helmet on. So if you're going for the good ending, I don't blame you if you didn't know to send Lucian before this chapter. I think this is actually the secret hardest requirement for sure. Because, like, you could send him and not end up getting the good ending. So this is the last possible chapter we could send him and still get the good ending. Now, technically, I could still skip the good ending with the save file. And we might play without him and just get the normal ending. But I'd like to make a backup save here just in case. Hopefully you're doing well, Try. So we're gonna take a look at our seal rating. Right now it should be at 39, I think. So I just need one character recruit, and that should be enough. I'll be at the magic number, chat.
What does red look like? Why was I even born? Where's Daddy? I can't. We'd be better off without you, little witch.
Screams, murder, possibly sounds of war. It's so good, chat. Oh, we're going to Hylon? Oh, we're getting this character? Okay. I thought this was a Chapter 7 character. That's fine. Maybe this character is random. I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I always thought this was a Chapter 7 character, or maybe even Chapter 8. But Chapter 6, really. So I think we're about to get another mage. Find out, chat. Siho says, "Please forgive me. My power was not enough." Not enough, you say? How many men have died after being driven mad by your song? We'd be better off without you. Can't you understand that? Little witch. I think this is the first time.
Hero's death is the greatest honor a man can attain.
The first time we've seen soldiers in a while here.
Siho, you are our inspiration. Your song makes men into warriors with no fear of death, and brings our nation great honor. So please don't let the words of that foolish woman upset you.
That foolish woman, Chan. Okay, so Siho appears to be singing. She goes, "Listen to the melodious throbbing of life's sacred rhythms." I'm not gonna lie. When I first played this game, I thought these were just like demons, and then I'm like, it could just be masks. I wasn't really thinking about it before. I think the red eyes confused me, chat. I'm like, are they actual demons, or is that just the mask? Because I believe they said a demon army was approaching, but it could just be infighting as well. So anyway, the samurai says, "The Highland army is even stronger than the rumor said. Singer transformed their warriors into fearless berserkers. As long as that songstress draws breath, we have no hope of victory." The song, it stopped? Panic is spreading throughout the enemy troops. Those are big swords though, Chad. I didn't say to stop singing. Sing! I don't know why there's a question mark there. Oh, man, she got slapped. I said to sing. Sing, woman! Well, she's not gonna sing if you're kicking her in the face. That's not how singing works. Bigger sword equals bigger damage. It's true, try. I don't understand. Why did you stop singing? Ooh. So that's not, it's no longer samurai. We have So, who we have heard about before. I believe this character was mentioned by name, by the way. A really long time ago. I think it was chapter 2, by the way, chat. Red. What does red look like? And you can't see? From birth, I have been destined for life as a song maiden. The gods gave me no light, though. Perhaps they grew tired of giving it. Yet, is my desiring it such a terrible thing? If you gave up singing, what would you desire? Death. Well, that escalated quickly, Chan. I mean, just look at that blade. It's as big, it's as tall as he is. Maybe taller. Oh, removing the mask, chat. He's judging you with his eyes, chat. We have the enemy song maiden. Superior says, quite beautiful. Yes, but... So... Oh... Why? Even her companions abandoned her fighting spirit and all that. So, have her charms enchanted you, then? That woman has led many of your compatriots to their deaths. But... Well, that did not go well for her, chat. I'm gonna check something real quick. Proof, chat, proof. Yeah, see, now we're at 37. We're at the magic number. We're good. I technically don't have to send anybody as a backup, but that's all I need. So we did get another party member. We'll wait on putting her in the party right away. I want to look at all the profiles. There's at least 2 more characters we could get here. Sounds like we unlocked a dungeon. Yeah, as kind of suggested in the story, she's more of somebody that improves other characters. I believe she's the only mage that starts with no offensive spells. The Lost City of Dipan. Oh boy, that is going to be a dungeon. We're probably going to do that one today. That's going to take a little while, chat.
Please, I beg of you, sir. Please keep this a secret. No!
I see. That's how it is. So, how did you scam this one, my dear?
Before the battle begins, Magnus will perform a rite of blessing to bolster the troops' morale. This will be our only chance. Letitia, back me up. If this goes any further, the Order of Knights will be...
I think this is Krelmon. Okay, so Krelmon, I believe, is going to result in a boss battle, so I probably should put another character into the party. So for showcasing the new character, we might as well put her in now. I wasn't sure which character we were going to get there, to be honest. We'll put Siho in. Actually swap these 2 characters. Let's face it, chat. Nothing's getting past the forehead. Look at her reduced damage. She's got she takes 1,000 less a hit from physical, and she's got ridiculous magic power. So anyway, we'll hold off on looking at the profile of the character, but I just want to show Shiho's abilities. Yeah, so she is the only mage in the entire game that starts with no offensive spells. So if you don't give her something, she literally can't do anything in combat. She's got the Revive, Might Reinforce, which is really great, Guard Reinforce, which is It has like maybe 1 situational use. Might Reinforce, however, is pretty good. Heal, I like if you're doing casual stuff. Normalize is always useful. So we're gonna go ahead and give her something so she can actually attack. Also, we got a Holy Drop here. Might as well make Valkyrie stronger. What would be good for her? Well, don't I have like, I was gonna say, don't I have like 13 Mystic Crosses? Silly me, chat. Of course the answer is Mystic Cross. Now, the sorceress, excuse me, that we want to put into the party for later, if we're gonna keep one, we should have Poison Blow. Since not this upcoming dungeon, I think, but no, actually, I think this upcoming dungeon has a lot of enemies that are insta-weak / insta-kill against poison, and thunder, I think, is their other weakness. I don't really bother ever using Lightning Bolt, but technically it's useful here. We'll just make sure that she has that spell equipped. That way she can actually attack. It's just Mystic Cross, chat. It's so good. There's literally no reason to even bother with the elements because Mystic Cross is that powerful. Unless they're straight up immune to Mystic Cross, there's honestly no reason to do any of that. Anyway, let's go ahead and give her some bracelets to Zoe, chat. Right now she's got a Ruby Mace, which is terrible. I mean, I could just give her an Ether Scepter. There's really no downside to this. Give her a Glare Guard. Why not? Who cares, chat? Let's go ahead and make a new save. Don't think I need any of these files at all. I think I'm good with just clearing them. As long as I had the start of Chapter 4, which I'm pretty sure I did in here, it doesn't matter. Well, actually, I don't. Oh, that's fine. I can always skip Chapter 3. Never mind, it doesn't matter. In case I want to see other conversations. Yeah, let's just go to the recruit. So, this is one of the few rare times you actually have to do something in order to recruit them. Most of the time, you just kind of view the cutscene, acquire the character. This is an exception to the rule. So, we talked about the description of Krellmon, but I just want to remind you that they've been brainwashed into leading a self-righteous holy war. We have Jill with the different colored hair compared to her sprite. Please, I beg of you, sir. We have Fawn. His hair color's sort of close. I often thought there was something different about you, but I was fooled by your extraordinary skill with the sword. Please, keep this a secret. He dots. I guess they're just alluding to the fact that she's a woman in the service. Well then, at the very least, I would like to know your true name and why you wish to join the knighthood. Yes, sir. Lately, I've been astonished at your progress, Jill. Thank you, sir. You're far more skilled than any of those men. Sir, you promised you wouldn't. Oops, sorry. You did that on purpose, silly. I apologize, sir. What's wrong? You are my captain. It is wrong of me to be so informal with you. Yeah, you should be more serious. Now you're just playing with me. It serves you right. I cannot forgive Magnus. But we must have some kind of excuse. Recently, we've been cleaning up the area around him. It is frustrating to be so close to him and yet unable to do... For now, all we can do is wait. I feel as if perhaps I'm just using you. It needs to be serious, says chat. True, we could have icicle disaster. If you weren't the leader of the knights, I would have paid you no mind. You must think me a deceitful woman. It's all right. I want you to stay with us. Before the battle begins, Magnus will perform a rite of blessing to bolster the troops' morale. This will be our only chance. Is it true that Magnus is a follower of some strange devil god? Yes, it is. But this will be the end of him. She's bobbing up and down, but I don't see the sword in her hand. Oh, there it is. What? An invisible wall blocks us. Oh no, not the purple beams of death, chat. What? Why does my spell of bewitchment not work? Magnus, you! What have you done to them? You are one of Fawn's underlings. I see, so that is why. What is the meaning of this? How is it that a woman has joined the Brotherhood of Knights? Gasp. How wickedly clever of you, Fawn. A woman disguised as a man. I thought you a stupid soldier, but now I see. Ugh! Is that Guinevere? Is that how you say that, chat? Oh, how cute you are! However, you are a wicked woman. You use men. You use them, but it is only a way of hiding your true feelings. Ah, poor girl. You're unable to know what lies in your own heart. What? Be silent, monster. Oh, monster, you say? I was only trying to express your true feelings for you. I was trying to be Cupid for your benefit. You, I swear, I will slice you in half. It's a surprise boss battle, chat. What? What? Battle maiden, Valkyrie. Huh, what a foul Cupid you would make. Valkyrie, it has been ages. What was your armor, light blue then? Or was it black? I don't believe it was pale blue. That's kind of a weird statement. Well, it's really all the same anyway. That line is gonna make a lot more sense by the next dungeon. That is enough talk from you. The undead should remain ever silent. So, surprise boss battle.
Come to me, Dark Warriors. Battle awaits us.
Dark forces are at work here.
They start with CT, so I can't combo? That's messed up, chat. I can't combo. Oh, I almost killed her without any attackers. That's sad. We do too much damage, chat. It did 6 damage to Jolanda. She's too tanky, chat. She's too good. Oh my gosh, come on. Is this even a boss battle? Come on, what was that? It did 6. She's got 19,000 health. I could literally just end turn 1,000 times and still not die. Oh my gosh. How dare you, chat?
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault.
Wow, what an easy fight. The forehead is too strong, chat. She's too tanky. I want you to know, chat, this is for you.
Is it over?
I invoke the power of the glacial blade. Finishing strike. Icicle disaster. Get thee back to Niflheim.
There we go, chat. So because that enemy is voice clips, technically there's a lot of vocal lines we could get for that character. So if you're going for true 100%, it is rather annoying to get some of these voice clips. Given that that character literally didn't even get to attack, we missed out a lot of voices. Valkyrie says, "Undead thing, return to the grave that spawned thee." I believe you should be more concerned about what is happening behind you. What the? Uh-oh, chat. On, wake up. Please, wake up. I guess the other soldiers no longer exist. What happened to them? Continuity fail, chat. You have not the power to control me. You should carry the burden of all this on your fragile shoulders. We shall meet again, Lady Goddess. She poops away, chat. Valkyrie goes, grrr. Valkyrie mad, chat. What the? How did I? What's going on? Leticia, hold on. Thank goodness you're okay. I really... The way I feel about you. Don't die. Hold on. Please. I want you to win. Tears are falling, chat. Leticia! Magnus, you! Fade to white, and presumably back to the menu. There we go. Let's see, what else can we unlock here, chat, while we're here? So there should be 2 dungeons left at minimum. One of which being the Cave of Oblivion, as always. Let's see if we unlock the other story dungeon. Another one over here. Oh, it's just the Cave of Oblivion. Did no one surprise, chat? It's always the Cave of Oblivion. Oh, and another dungeon. Interesting. The Sunken Shrine. So we'll be doing that later. That is the hard mode exclusive dungeon. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, this has less character recruits in here than I thought. I thought there was one more. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm at the magic number, so no matter what, I can force the good ending, so it doesn't matter. Well, okay. Well, I guess we'll start by going here. I guess we'll put Jail in the party for a little bit. Yeah, I was thinking there was one more character, but I guess that character is reserved for the next chapter. Oh, I can faintly see the weapon. I can faintly see it when she jumps. I see it better in this here cutscene. It's like for like a frame, it's visible, or like a couple of frames actually, but a little easier to see there. So let's take a look at the profiles of the characters we just got. In order to join the knighthood, she disguised herself as a man. But what terrible secret would drive a gentle woman to such action? Perhaps she seeks revenge against someone within the knights. What do you mean, perhaps? Right, chat? Wait. No status profile. We know who she wanted revenge against. That was resolved already. Now we have Siho. I kind of like her portrait image there. Raised from a young age to be a song maiden whose job was to bring courage to warriors in the battlefield, her human emotions had withered away. The cries and suffering of the people brought a change to her. Yeah, I don't know what it means by perhaps, chat. Just, if you say so. This is a character that would be extremely broken here. Because if we cover lightning insta-death, for example, I think we can insta-kill everything in this dungeon between these two characters. So, for the efforts of showcasing the character, we might as well do this. Flare Guard is so good, chat. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So for now, we'll just equip everybody with bracelets of Zoe, because why not? Flame bandana on them, who cares? Flame bandana on Jolanda, that makes sense. Oh, I need to take off the Coin of Fortune from him briefly. So we're gonna play without Gray for this dungeon, but chat, don't get me wrong, you are fully allowed to pick our next party composition. I just feel for the showcase purposes, it just makes sense to give them their time to shine. Or else it would only be like the same characters over and over, which is a little boring. But definitely for the hard mode dungeon and Cave of Oblivion, whoever you want, chat, just think about it. Yeah, that's slightly better. Ooh, that gives her more defense. That's good. This one is the... Yeah, this is the ice damage boots. Really no reason not to get those. It's a shame that she can't wear those, though. Yeah, but for sure, we'll have more Icicle Disaster. So unfortunately, that battle didn't give me any experience. Also, Valkyrie's next level required experience is kind of silly. Whatever, we'll make another save. Anyway, chat, strap in. We're in an actual story dungeon. I kind of wish most of the dungeons were like this, to be honest. You'll see what I mean when we get here. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna try my best, but I'm gonna let you know, chat, I just remembered there's actually a really horrible boss fight here. Oh yeah, chat, I think I have a legit chance of game overing with random characters. I just remembered what the boss was, and we have to fight the boss really early, so I don't think I'm gonna get any fights before the boss. This is gonna be fun, chat. Fun with the capital F. Lost City of Dipan, all that remains of a once great and prosperous kingdom. A palpable sense of loss and regrets. I was gonna say suffuse or suffices. I'm never sure how to say that word. This city, which is destroyed by some unknown assailant. This negative psychic energy has called forth the undead. The souls must be set free quickly. Yeah, we're gonna go for what is actually probably the hardest boss in the normal playthrough. I honestly think this is harder than the final boss, because if you don't go in with like good characters, you're in for a really horrible time. So let's see, chat. I think I'm in for a horrible time. The chat may or may not remember this fight from the last time we played this, but oh boy, I'm gonna pray for guts. Barbarossa goes, oh, so these are the fruits of the beloved land that I served all these years. Also, that throne is ridiculous, but I don't think it's supposed to be a throne. It's supposed to be a guillotine, I think, but I always think it looks like a giant chair. Let's be real, chat. Giant chair. What happened to the people who loved me, honored me? What has happened? Dallas, Jean, Walther, you were my closest advisors. Where are you now? No matter what I attain, if I am alone, it is but meaningless. What shall I do? Well, apparently, Alec decided that what we should do is apparently resubscribe. So thank you so much for subscribing. Saying it's a Ziggy Saturday cartoon special. Thank you, thank you. You are the servant of Satan, the evil one. Valkyrie. Those cruel eyes, cold as stone. I will never forget them. You're the one who destroyed our kingdom. What? I do not mean disrespect. Oh, excuse me. I do not mean to disrespect the dead by arguing with them, but neither do I intend to apologize for something I have no memory of. Do not seek to deceive me. In the name of those you slaughtered, I strike thee down. Okay, chat, are you ready for an actually really hard boss battle? This fight is ridiculous, by the way. If I die, I'm going to equip some Angel Curios. Look how much damage it did to Jolanda, chat. That's all I have to say. Just look at that damage.
In the name of my lord! Finishing strike! Eternal raid!
Literally 0.
I won't stop until...
We're going all out, chat. I'm not messing around with this boss battle. So to explain it for people that haven't seen it before, I have 3 turns to win or I die. I will take hundreds of thousands of damage if this boss lasts more than 2 turns after this. So we are going to end this. We're going to break our wands if we have to, but this boss needs to die. Like, this is non-negotiable. This boss must die. I don't want to see what this boss can do.
How could it have survived?
Okay, so she broke her scepter, but that's okay. We have backup ether scepters.
Ye must desire respite from thy empty existence. Thou shalt have it.
We're going in, chat. You go, Jolanda. Carry the team damage. There we go. Impudent fool, chat. Fight over. I'm skipping this boss battle. So also very fortunate we had 2 mages, by the way, chat. If we did not have 2 mages, this would have been horrible. Thank you, 2 mages. Your greater magics are BS. Okay, we're done. Okay, fear is over.
You have no hope of survival.
Are you the king? Had I been in my original body, you would never have defeated me.
Alright. Ooh, this is why we have greater magics, chat. Because this, as you saw, we did very little physical damage. Also, by the way, I didn't even get XP for that boss fight. Ridiculous. Ugh, this pain is nothing compared to that felt by the people in the mages. I cannot die. Oh, I immediately go into a round 2? Oh, this is bad. My weapon broke. I forgot about this. Well, I'm in trouble. Not a good sign. Well, chat. Well, this is just got significantly harder. He punished me mid-combo? I don't have a wand, I don't think. Oh, I could get free greater magic? Yeah, let's just equip that. I think I'm about to die here because I accidentally missed a cross with Jolando. I think this is GG, chat. I think I'm about to die. But I'll try my best.
In the name of my lord! Finishing strike! Eternal raid!
Whoa, this looks bad!
You're alive?
This does look bad, chat. Because I don't get Jolanda to finish the combo. Look how little damage this does, chat. Keep in mind, Valkyrie's got decent attack power. She's doing nothing to the boss. Well, rest in peace, our team. I'm gonna hope I get guts through this. Because the boss is gonna be able to play the game now.
I see this foe will not.
Okay, this is not gonna do a ton of damage, but it'll put me closer to winning.
Respite from thy empty existence. Thou shalt have it.
So I want him to get at least to 50%. That might not be too bad.
Celestial star.
Okay. I should be able to kill him next combo, hopefully. But unfortunately, I think something terrible is about to happen. Okay, if all he wants to do is Malice Grudge, I could get through that. That's fine. I think he has one more attack that's a Mystic Art kind of thing. So I just need to get one of them. Oh, this is what I was worried about. Well, chat, we might be dead here.
The time of exorcism is at hand. Venomous servants unleash my dark blades. Calamity blast.
Look at the damage it deals. I think that's everybody dead. Oh, Valkyrie actually straight up lived it. Interesting.
Somebody, please save me.
Well, thank you, Valkyrie. I'm still at a huge disadvantage, as you can see. We're gonna heal Valkyrie. Nice, got the deflect. Our team's reviving. Okay, Thankfully, Valkyrie is so leveled, chat, she didn't die from that. But that for sure would be a game over, normally. We got a little lucky there. The next combo should kill, no matter what. I've weakened the enemy up quite significantly. Just hopefully he doesn't Calamity Blast me. This is fine. So this should kill.
In the name of my lord! Finishing strike! Eternal raid! You want some more? It shall be engraved upon your
We're gonna end with Jolanda for damage. This should kill. As you can see, my physical damage is terrible. I'm mostly just setting up so that the spell damage is very high. And Jolanda has a lot of intelligence, so I feel like we could probably kill off of this. Jail's pretty good at adding hits to the hit count, even though she's very weak at the moment. It is actually useful.
You only prolong.
Okay, chat, hopefully this kills the boss, or we're in trouble.
From thy empty existence, thou shalt have it.
You do not want to see this boss play the game, if you could avoid it. And having 2 level 1s with no stats is kind of brutal. Okay, Jolanda damage is real, we're good. Thank you, Jolanda. Look at that damage, chat, she's so good.
Good. I was getting tired of you.
I am the king. Had I been in my original body, you would never have defeated me.
So chat, all that was the start of the dungeon. And chat, you know what the biggest slap in the face is? I didn't earn a damn point of XP. Not a damn point. Ridiculous. That boss fight will always make me mad. Also, chat, can you believe there are more boss fights? I'm like, really? You couldn't even give me like 2,000 experience to level these characters off of level 1? Absolutely rude, chat. What a rude boss fight. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't go beyond this point. I thought there was a path down here. Oh, maybe because I need to trigger a cutscene. Impossible. None can destroy me. I will become a soul, uncompensated, and I shall save the lost souls of the people and return them to their glory. Ah, now I see. 'Tis your vindictive thoughts which bind you to this place. Even though I tell you all is over. Your opinion! I do not wish to hear it! I feel like that embodies the chat sometimes. When the other characters talk in this game, they're like, no, your opinion, we do not wish to hear it. It is not over. The pursuit of perfection has no end. To save him, we must cut the chains of attachment which bind here. But the question is, how? Oh, I didn't mean to actually fight him again. Oops, my bad. I was checking to see if there's a path there. So accidentally fighting him a 3rd time, by the way. Roll your eyes, chat. I did not need to do this. Alright, let's actually just straight up kill this guy.
In the name of my lord! Finishing strike! Eternal raid!
Well, at least we're getting to practice, chat.
I won't stop until you're... It shall be engraved.
On the plus side, we also get the quotes from them not being able to kill a target, which is kind of a nice bonus. Again, Valkyrie here is just adding up a ton of hits. I'm not looking to do damage with her at all. It's mostly to boost Jolanda, whose hit total will be a lot. So right now we're at 37% bonus damage. This will be 38, which is pretty significant, I must say. I don't think he'll die in one combo, but he'll be pretty close.
Ye must desire respite from thy empty existence. Thou shalt have it.
Let's see, chat. So with our slightly different gear, how much damage does this do without Ether Scepter?
Celestial star!
I mean, that's not bad damage, chat. That's not bad.
My power.
But yeah, Mystic Cross is so good. It even adds a decent number to the hit count, honestly. And I think it gives either 90 or 100 gauge. It's quite silly. I'll try to pay attention here how much this actually adds. It might be 100. It's kind of unfair. Be real honest with you, chat. Oh yeah, Jolanda damage is real. Never mind. Goodbye, boss. Oh, it added 70. Whatever. Oh, the boss fight's not over?
Did you witness my power?
Oh, she just concentration to she concentrated and just lost health for no reason. Thanks, game. That's so rude, chat. She reduced her health there if you didn't see it. So she just lost 9k health. Oops. I don't think that stuff should trigger if the boss fight is over. I'm just saying. So anyway, didn't mean to get into a fight with the boss again, but at least we know a one-shot combo with this team. That's good news. So he'll just keep coming back over and over. Yeah. No, we saw this cutscene. There we go. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for another path, chat. So if we see any enemies, we want to get into a fight with them for sure. We need to level. Like, it is actually super mandatory we level here. The undead have been summoned. This is the result of neglect. Well, that's not my fault, game. Everything here should be weak to lightning and or poison blow. Like, it teach poison blow to other characters.
Uh-oh. We may be in trouble.
Oh, I should have just Mystic Guarded there to kill the other character. I didn't think about that. That would have been the smart move to do. Thankfully, she blocked, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh. Or the lightning sword will kill this guy instantly. That's fine. I mean, as I said before, they are weak to lightning and or poison.
The torment has finally ended.
Nice. 4,000 XP. Love to see it. Love to see it. Actually, what I should do for a little while, since I need some experience, chat. Sorry, Jolanda. I'm going to remove you very briefly. I think it's time to cheese some XP. 1 second, chat. Please let's give them guts as soon as possible. They need it in case I don't insta-kill something. Let's make sure she has weight reaction. The rest is guts. Yeah, let's try to cheese a little bit of XP, then I'll switch back to the other team. Or if chat doesn't want to see Jolanda, we can use somebody else. But I have a feeling
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
we'll probably see Jolanda.
Do we have any chance of victory?
Oh, he doesn't have a weapon equipped. Oops. Whoops. Alright, let's make sure he has a weapon, chat.
Ye must desire respite from thy empty existence. Thou shalt have it.
Let's do some AoE damage here. I mean, I don't mind Bad Ratch going in for sure.
Celestial star.
I could have done like one more hit before that, just to add to the hit count.
The underworld awaits you.
Might have still killed though. She did. Okay. Not too shabby.
Your torment has finally ended.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Once I get like one more actual real level, I think I'll just swap out Bad Ratch. I thought he had a weapon though. Whoops. Right, chat? I mean, Mage Slayer is gonna be useful later if I really just want to instantly win the fight. Crescent Arrow is actually pretty good in this area. I'll give him just really basic equipment. I don't think it really matters. I'm gonna try for some XP here, chat. This will be the last time I think I go for XP. But at least now they have guts. That's the most important thing, chat. I just need them with guts.
Do we have any chance of victory?
Oh, that XP though. That XP though, chat. Reflect sorcery. Who cares about that? Oh, I forgot to equip weight reaction. Oops. There we go. Oh, we're milking that XP, chat. Whatever, who cares? Didn't kick quite as much as I wanted. Oh, that's annoying.
I don't want to please die.
Did that really kill? That's so depressing. Now I have to go at least one more turn. Oh, he's got Union Plume. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I want to try to finish this fight now if I can. Without jail to get him in the air, I don't get as much XP. Oh, double guts? Nice. Love to see it. Oh, I got a little bit of XP. That should still end up being a lot, chat. There should be at least 6,000, I think, even with just one enemy.
That was close. If I had made one more wrong move...
Or I lied and it's 11,000. Wow. Okay, well, that makes my life very easy, chat. Another poison blow. So 3 levels should mean that they have some at least some real base stats. But you can see like what the difference Bad Ratch does for leveling a character. So first and foremost, chat. Guts is maxed. Weight reaction for sure. What would be useful here as an alternative? Probably attack power for raw damage. It wouldn't be too bad. Resist doesn't really matter because they're gonna die anyway. Survive isn't even worth it either. Oh, counter would be fine. Alright, so raise jail's damage up a little bit, and what else can we get here? Probably Magic Pow. This means better burst damage. All she can really get. I could give her survival, maybe. Yeah, their health totals aren't terrible. I guess in theory, I could do one more fight. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Also, I should have put a Coin of Fortune on somebody else. 1 second. Make sure both of these characters get Coin of Fortune. Let's go for ye old bracelets real quick. One more battle, chat. One more battle. I also meant to put Coin of Fortune on them before. Oh, my bad. Just one more fight. Okay. Then we'll switch to whatever the team, whatever chat wants for our other character. The Bad Ratch XP is real.
Dark forces are at work here.
This can be a little awkward to set up, actually, now that I think about it. Not quite what I wanted, but I still got a lot of XP. I guess that works. Plus, this helps us see the treasures of the enemies, if nothing else. These guts. There we go. Guts paying off, chat. Ooh, only clipped a little bit, but hey, we got a treasure chest, so still kind of worth it. Damn. Yeah, one more level would help with either getting auto item or first aid, so that way they're not just at 1 health the whole time. Oh, I didn't... Why didn't Jail attack there? Oh, because she didn't guts. That's right. Never mind. Never mind. I answered my own question. Oh, the launch was too slow. I should have waited for Valkyrie. It's okay. I get to learn their awkward timings without the top tier jugglers. Oh, she missed the early hit. Well, let's look at the treasure chest. At least we get a good sample of what these enemies can draw.
Their souls have been released. We have no reason to remain here.
Nice, got a good level from that. Lots of Aconite. Okay, I'm feeling a little better about this team. We could go ahead and get rid of Bad Ratch for now. And 90 points would be enough for... probably just more damage. Put 1 point in first aid just because. I mean, evasion would help them survive, I suppose. Something like that wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, just raw magic power, I think, is the way to go. It just helps me get the burst that I need. Who would you like to see, chat? I'm gonna put Yolanda in for now, but if chat has a different request, let me know. We do have quite a plethora of characters. Now I'm gonna remove Bad Wrench. Get his items back. I'll leave him with the bow, though. It's just so hard not to put him in every single party, just because he gives so much XP. Every time they level, they at least full heal, which is kind of nice.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Oh, you okay there, controller?
Uh-oh, we may be in trouble.
So yeah, let's see what things we could get from them. So the Harpies can drop Prismatic Missile or Poison Blow. The Victories can drop armor, which would be really good for us, actually. We haven't seen full plate, I don't think, yet. Eventually, Arngrim should get more use. We could use him here if chat wants. I'm gonna try to get more treasure from them. Full plate could be useful for alternate characters. Wow, Yolanda double stoned them. What a beast, chat. Arrow graphic? You okay there, Arrow graphic? Well, chat, I guess I just get a free win. I'll just end turn. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, I was hoping to break his guard there. I didn't quite get it. That's fine, though. Hey, she survived an attack, chat. That's all that matters. Oh, no treasure from him. Yeah, this seems a little awkward for getting combos.
I fight for truth, but now I will also fight for myself.
But we got full plate. That's what I was looking for. Can't handle her forehand. You know what, chat? Because there's a request for Arngrim, let's get Arngrim in here. It's not like we haven't seen Yolanda so far. Figure it'll mix things up a little more. He's got the Grand Sting. He could equip an insta-kill sword. Infernus is kind of interesting. I'm looking to see if we have a decent 3-hitter. I mean, I could just use Infernus, honestly. I think I might. So we go, yeah, chat, look at the difference. If you wonder why I was fishing for this, Breastplate, which is the best armor that we've had so far in the game, is 320. This adds 820. And it makes the enemy less likely to do high on their damage range. Ridiculous, chat. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's a really big difference for us, for sure. We'll give him a Blair Guard, because it's so good. Also Hand-Woven Bandana, because why not? If we leveled again, fight actually wouldn't be terrible here. Round out the character a bit more. As much as we can, we'll level this. Resist magic we definitely need at some point. Being a little tankier should help us hold on to our remaining points. Our goal is just to max magic pow. Pretty good. What is the other one? Int times 2 is trick. Get a couple of those. Then we'll do maybe fight for more intelligence. Maybe resist magic for later. So they're getting there, chat. They're slowly getting there. So I'm gonna see if we could fish out one more full plate, but we'll see if it happens. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I already got the one item that I wanted, chat.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
No mercy.
Otherwise, I don't think anything is too interesting here. I think it's mostly just the victories that drop good items. Like, for example, we could get a Shield Critical, Dark Savior spells from Sorcerers we'll see later. Raptor's Claw, Aconite, we've seen Aconite. Evil Eye, dropping invisibility, potions, necklace dolls. Not, like, that's stuff I could purchase. Like, it's not really a big deal. Cool, that has, like, a decent chance of a chest.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast.
We needed more on-grim lines. That's for the chat.
Now die and be silent.
Fainted. Oh, his first aid kicked in. Nice. That did a lot of damage. I might actually switch Jail off of the insta-kill weapon. I actually want to get better combos. Like, normally I don't care, but now I care. Yeah, if we need to, I'll switch back into it, but we really don't.
I fight for truth, but now I will also fight for myself.
Okay, so their overall stats are improving. So if I were to look at their status, for example, I'm sure Siho's getting up there in damage. Yeah, 315 attack. Arngrim's got 670. Siho's got 1200. Obviously not as high as Yolanda, but she's probably on par with some of the other characters. Lorenta's damage is insane too, for sure. Higher than Mistina without a wand. So let us switch weapons. Let's try to get more hits. Do I have a good 3-hitter? Stock isn't terrible. Oh, doubles magic gems? Sure, we'll do this one. Yeah, see, her normal strikes are kinda eh. You see what I mean, chat? She does not have good combos, if I remember correctly. This is why I don't usually use the character. I just want to see one thing. Is her second one actually good? No. Yeah, see, she's only got single hits, so they're not, like, anything to write home about, for sure. They're very mediocre in terms of character, whereas, like, you compare it to, like, an Arngrim, and it's like, he just gets way more energy for single swings. So Jail's really bad at building combo. And they compare it to, like, Valkyrie, who's, like, super good at combo and adds a lot to the hit count. Unfortunately, both these characters combined don't do a lot of total hits, so it'll be a little hard to fish out items. It is what it is. Was there an enemy there? There was. I was like, wait a minute.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
No mercy.
Yeah, I don't think this team can get items, chat, which is a problem, actually.
Final blast. Dead already?
I kind of want one more full plate, to be honest, chat. Goodbye, Arngrim.
Damn, it can't be.
Unfortunately, Infernus melted his own health total. That's the downside to Infernus. That's fine. Oh, we finally got an item there. Yeah, Valkyrie's multi-hit is useful for items, for sure. Uh-oh. Well, that'll kill everybody.
Damn, it can't
Somebody, please save me.
These guys? Okay. Kind of annoying. Sorcerers in this game do a ton of damage. Kind of unfair that that isn't considered a spell. That attack just does way too much damage. Unfortunately, I think Siho's gonna lose XP here.
Get thee hence. Oblivion awaits thee.
Okay, next time I see a knight-looking enemy, I'm gonna switch characters. But for now, I'll leave the team intact. Also, I forgot that I should probably be following some directions. Let's go back to the beginning, because I want to make sure I'm going to the right area. I could explore the full castle. It doesn't really matter when I pick up items in this dungeon. I don't really think anything that drops is interesting. Like, I'm just looking at the list, like, another Ether Scepter, Ransor, Eye of Heaven, Necklace Doll. Like, none of that matters at this point. Like, literally, we have all the items. So, honestly, I don't even care if we pick them up, but I'll try to do it for completion's sake. 1 second, chat. I'm just gonna go back to the beginning so I can reorient myself. Alright, so I'm gonna go down, and then we're gonna go to the right 3 times. Just once. Twice. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I had to make a turn or not up until this point. Now I go down again. Oh, okay, so I was supposed to turn here. I wasn't sure. We'll go right. Oh, Siho is just like dead. Oh, that's annoying. How many revives do I have left? I haven't really been paying attention. Also, golden egg. Let's get that to Valkyrie. A lot of stats. Oh, I'm only down to 11? Oh, that's really bad, actually. Like, that's actually really, really bad. I need to go buy those. I want to get some items, so I'm going to try to force Bad Ratch in here. No, not Show. There we go. Or John, I mean. If I have Elixir, I'll use it so that they hopefully don't die. I think I did buy like a bazillion Elixir, at least. Yeah, I did. Sorry, Bad Ratch, you're gonna be in here very briefly. I want another full plate, if we can. Then back to Arngrim.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Do we have any chance of victory?
Mystic Cross.
There we go. I had a feeling that we get the chest. Since he gave us the chest, we get to kill him. I don't want him hurting the party if we can avoid it. Okay, so we have 3 chances of the chest here. I just want one more full plate. I feel like more than that is ultra greedy. It's just that usually we have at least 2 melee characters. Valkyrie tends to get her own armor.
Is it over?
We'll see. Fainted her. That's annoying. Targeted her twice, but unfainted her, so I guess that's good news. There we go. Figured I could get the chest there.
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault.
Ooh, Valkyrie doing a lot more damage with those golden eggs, by the way. Like, pretty much that 30 damage added to basically 30 a hit. That was actually kind of big. This will help with the boss fights, in case we have suboptimal characters. We'll use Jail here, why not? Let's see how much damage she could do.
You have no hope of finishing strike. Eternal raid.
Oh, she's actually able to do damage now. Nice.
Such is your fate.
Okay. So that'll help with the boss fight. Any damage is appreciated. Wow, Bad Rush just blocks the sword with his bare hands. What a god, chat. Squeezing out a little more XP. I think I could get more from him. Punished. Ooh, I didn't get him quite in the standing animation. That should be an okay amount of extra XP.
Killing is thirsty work. I need a drink.
Another full plate. Nice. Why is that sound effect still playing? Is that a bug? Uh-oh, chat. Hopefully that'll go away at some point. So full plate for Jail is going to help us out significantly because she's taking way too much damage. Put Arngrim back in. And that should help with all the survivability that I have. Yeah, hopefully this will go away at some point. Otherwise I'm going to reset it. I'm in a mid-dungeon and we're not anywhere near a save to my knowledge. They're just going to have to deal with it.
This one is special.
We're getting to the point where her attack power is actually starting to be significant, so she capped out. Let's get her better resistance, I think. Just at the point where if melee damage getting reduced actually makes a difference. Magic power. We'll do some generic resist magic. Resist damage, why not? Defend, avoid. And another point and trick. Again, Siho's damage is starting to catch up, for sure. Like, if we take a look at her stats now. Almost at 1300. Getting up there. And generally more resistance is good for us. Ungram actually pretty injured. I might swap him out of a weapon then, since this is hurting him too much. Could give him Glare Sword. Alright, since my combos with this team are kind of whack, I'm thinking what I'll end up doing is just going for Lightning Kill. We'll have Team Insta-Death. This should be fine. I lost track of where it was in my directions. I think I have to go right here. Yeah, down into the... Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm gonna get into one more fight to hopefully reset that sound effect. Like, I definitely just keep hearing it, and hopefully just another spell will fix it.
My noble Einherjar.
Dark forces are at work here.
Might go for an insta-kill here. We'll see.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast.
Let's go for it, chat. Let's go for it.
Now die and...
In the name of my lord! Finishing strike! Eternal rain!
That damage, though, because he's weak to it.
Such is your fate.
I'm going all in, chat, by the way.
Divine assault!
The Valkyrie is already much stronger, even though she's not really going to level anymore. Not in this dungeon. Yeah, because they're weak to lightning. They'll just instantly die as soon as they're hit, which involves impressive damage numbers for sure.
You have no hope of...
Okay, chat. Let's see what her boosted damage looks like.
Ye must desire respite from thy empty existence. Thou shalt have it. Celestial star.
Okay, she's like 1,000 off from Jolanda. It's not terrible.
Evil has no place in this world.
Hopefully it killed the mage. Oh, it didn't kill the mage. Oh, it did. Okay, it just teased. Unfortunately, that sound effect is still there.
Your torment has finally ended.
I'm gonna try something real quick, chat. Give me a second. Pause the game. Wow, that doesn't even fix it. That's interesting. So it must be triggered to just run something. I don't have an easy way to clear this then. Go to the exit. Yeah, that's kind of annoying because there's not a good way for me to clear it. I have to like reset the game. So we'll just have to put up with it, unfortunately. This is the time mechanism. I see when I feel like there was no lead into this. Is it just me, chat? She's just like, oh, it's a time mechanism, and I'm like, excuse me. Anyway, I mean, it makes more sense if you see VP2, but whatever. Oh, but what is it? I'm so sorry, chat, for the sound effect. I realized something interesting. Something interesting? Yeah, unfortunate bug. I don't even know where a save point is. It's like really far from here. I think it's literally like at the boss door. We could do it right. We could send that loathsome dog beyond the reaches of time. I see. As usual, your methods are sublime. Because I don't think I can reach the save point before I do this. I could be mistaken. What? This mechanism, it's still alive. This must not be! Not even going back through time. Stop the sound effect, chat. You're even stupider than I thought, woman. Wow. So, after all, that's all you can do. If I can control the flow of time, defeating these Seer will be child's play. That's exactly right. Those creatures are not yet advanced enough to be able to participate in the divine providence. This dialogue is super slow, chat. Come on. Speed it up. D-chan, I'm backwards in time. I can't escape. I guess it hasn't declared I'm backwards in time, but I'm backwards in time. Hence why everything looks repaired. The castle, it's... We're just gonna keep on running, chat. Sha, chat, sha! I think I'm looking to just go back to the courtyard, if I remember correctly. I have to go this. Oh. Here. Talk to them. Or not. I like how we just don't have any words for what's happening, chat. What's this? This whole area. The broken buildings. They've been restored. But how? Oh, Valkyrie, you're in a time machine. What do you think happened? Signs of humans. Stealth action platina. Woman's voice says, "No mercy for those who resist." Yes. No, the cicadas are still there. Uh-oh, chat. Featherhelm swordsman. What happened to Barbarossa? It seems that Arngrim has finished his preparations for the public execution. Young Archer says yes, but we still don't know the whereabouts of the three mages. So, it's very interesting watching this cutscene having come from VP2, because we do have a young archer in the party, but the character that it's supposed to be looks nothing like Llewellyn. So this is more confusing in context of who that is supposed to be. I've learned that the castle has a hidden room. Leave it. For the time being, we've restrained the king and the mechanism. They can't do anything. Go on ahead. Yes. I mean, I guess they had to... I guess they didn't know what those characters would look like, I suppose. This wave of power. Lenneth. Lenneth? It can't be. It's just my imagination. Dark armor character that is not us. Well, I guess the other descriptions start to come into play now. That was Hrist. This place. It couldn't be. The world of the past. The time mechanism has sent me to the past? Yes, yes it has. So we'll talk to everybody here. This is purely optional. Our goal is to eventually go back into the castle. We actually don't even need to talk to anybody else. We could just go straight back into the castle. Let's talk to the townspeople, since they're only going to be here briefly. I work at the castle, and I heard rumors that there's a hidden room somewhere. Perhaps the queen is in there as well. That's actually our destination. We have to go find that hidden room. So thank you for giving a justification as to where we're about to go, random townsperson. I'm gonna talk to this character. Come on. Come on. The queen. Our dear beloved queen. Perhaps gone from us forever. I don't want to think about it. That battle maiden in black armor. Her eyes were so cruel. Men's bowels turned to liquid after just one look in them. I'll never forget. Okay, so I can't go back there, but I should have more to talk to. Talk to this character. The queen was the power behind the throne and beloved of all. Where could she be? The king's 3 mages. If it weren't for them, the gods would not have punished us so. I heard that Lord Barbarossa is going to be executed soon. Is it really true? Yeah, now it looks more like a guillotine and less like a throne. I still think it looks like a giant chair, chat. I'm just saying. But anyway, we got more context. We heard 3 names used by the king earlier. We can presume those are the 3 mages. We heard people plotting against us in the present. Perhaps the mages are still around to some extent. I'm gonna do like this. I think I messed something up. That's okay. If I mess up, it just means I get treasure chests. Actually, I don't think I ever go in here normally. Huh. Looks cool. We might as well explore. Because again, we're not going to be in the past for super long. It's nice to see what it looks like, I guess, for future context. Let's explore a little bit, chat. I mean, it's kind of crazy they decided to design all these rooms and players may never actually see them if they just go straight to the intended location. We might as well take a look. Fortunately, we can't interact with any of the people here. We can't say things like waste of life or he's drawn his last breath. It is what it is, chat. Yeah, this is a big place. As you can see, there is a lot to go through, chat. So I guess technically I guess if you don't know where the secret room is, I guess you might end up going around and about for a little while. I guess I'll just reset where I was. We'll just try to leave. Oh, it's not the exit. Oh, this was just a one-off then. Interesting. I know the room I have to go to. I have to enter to the left. I'm looking for a bookcase, chat. Once I find the bookcase, that's where the hidden room is. I don't think I ever tried going up here. We can at least see what's over here. Oh, speaking of which, I apparently was just off by a floor. There's a switch on the back of the book. Will you push it? No, we're gonna take a look at the other room. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was on the previous floor. That's why I got a little confused. I just missed a set of stairs. That's all, chat. Not a big deal. Course corrected. Okay, so let's continue with the plot. Who is that there? I am not a person who is in any position to criticize someone who's been forced to hide. Wait, did it say Valkyrie twice, even though it was 2 different characters? Hey Kirk, hope you're doing well. Now this says you? How did you get here? Here? By that, do you mean this hidden room? Valkyrie, come on. Yeah, I would that to Malabeth. I am Malabeth, wife to Barbarossa, king of this land. The king was deceived. He listened to the sharp tongues of his 3 mages, and by the time he realized it, there was no going back. And the gods became angry that a human would strive for eternity. Please, take this crown to the king. He always wanted to be king up to the very end. I do not know exactly who you are, but you are a woman like me, and so it is with a pained heart that I make this request to you. Or of you, I was paying attention. Anyway, back to reused sprites. Oh, lots of reused sprites there. I think Arngrim is actually Arngrim though. Like legit. Oh, look at that face from Haris. She's having so much fun killing people, chat. Look while you still can and witness. Witness the end of your king, who betrayed the gods and defiled the providence of nature. The king should die as a king. The magic never ends, chat. I'm too late. What were we doing that it's nightfall? Right, chat? Were we just like looking at all the pretty paintings? Like that was kind of a significant time gap. Barbarossa. What? What the? We're being pulled back. Incredible. Returning to our time. I guess we're just going back to the present, chat. I forget if the game even explains why that is.
Oh wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
But how could such a thing be possible? Perhaps because she has such a strong connection to this world. Oh, I guess they kind of hand wave it, I guess. To such a low-level god? It can't be. No. Barbarossa. I heard everything from your wife. What did you say? Don't be ridiculous. I brought this with me. It cannot be. I gave that to my Melibeth. See, now it makes sense why he's got no head in monster form. He got beheaded. Correct, in real life. Oh. I always transform it again. Oh. Wow, we just straight up leap up there, chat. We don't even walk. We don't have time for that. I see. But the truth is, it doesn't matter whether I was deceived or not. It was my foolish searching for eternity which brought about this destruction. The responsibility is all mine. The mages were simply carrying out my orders as loyally as they could. My heart is full of pride for them. My mages are sinless in this. Is that not true? What do you mean perhaps you're right? Whatever, Valkyrie. No need to lose your head, Barbarossa. Exactly, chat. It is good that you and I could talk. Finally, I feel as if I'm able to leave behind my cares and pass beyond this world. I give you my thanks. Battle-mated Valkyrie. Oh, chat, I just want to throw this out there, by the way. If you leave this dungeon and advance the chapters, you can never finish this dungeon, by the way. So that's also kind of mean. This is another dungeon where it's possible to start it and then not complete it. The game hard punishes you for not just beating things in one attempt. Now we see the true culprit. He chased me beyond the borders of time, but he was doing nothing more than digging his own grave. Foolishness. You summoned him into this time, but you did not consider how strong the bonds are between the king and the queen. Welcome, Gentle Ape. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you're doing well. Thoughts surpass the boundaries of time. What? I felt the tug upon the chains of my soul and returned here. Why, thank you, handwave explanation. You can hear it, can you not? Foul mages. Oh, we hear something all right, and hopefully we get to reset the game and delete that sound effect. We have the mighty Dallas. What a name. Thank you, Triumph, for the shout out. Oh, who are you, Lady Valkyrie, goddess of fools? For a second time, you dare to interfere with us. It took many years to gather the pieces of the king's soul. In any case, he was a small man, just a poor, deluded fool. You can say that again. You dare to mock King Barbarossa? Fools! Just the type that would take offense at the words of a wise king. Oh, how amusing. A goddess defending a corpse. If Odin were aware of this, I'm sure he would not be pleased. Inside the castle. It will not be long. I will smash this castle into dust. Okay, chat, so we are hopefully not going to leave this area. We're going to go find the save point. Remember if this respawns the enemies or not. It might not. So I am looking for a save point, chat. We're going to reset the game as soon as I get a save point. So I could explore the castle in theory if I really want to. I guess it's up to chat. Do you prefer me to get the items before the bosses or after the bosses? If I go for the items later, I don't get to fight anything. Not that I'll probably fight too much to begin with. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, chat, so I'm gonna do this. We're gonna hopefully delete that sound effect from existence. We're gonna soft reset. Hopefully we don't hear the constant spell casting animation. I don't know what enemy did that or if that was us. I'm assuming it was the sorcerer. Just chanting fight, fight, fight. Okay. So funny enough, the bosses are actually kind of hard to find in like a blind playthrough. So chat, like where would you have guessed the mages were before I tell you? Oh no, it should be banished. I soft reset the game, so there's no way. There's no way it's still there. Oh, I got scared because that said Brahms Castle. Because they both had castle. I was like, wait, did I not save? The fear was real, chat. Okay, no spellcasting sound. Chat, where would you have thought that this boss was, by the way? Give it a good guess. We know that the Queen's Chamber is a new area we could go to. We saw that there's a lot of side rooms. We saw there's the time machine room. Where do you think they'd be hiding, chat? Just making sure we cleared everything leading up to this area. Okay, good. So we're gonna just go systematically room by room. Make sure we didn't miss anything. I think the treasure chest might only be on the upper floors, but I'm just gonna do a quick sweep. Chat's thinking the entrance. It's a good guess, but it's not there. Yeah, I don't think there's any side rooms we missed here. But I'll just double check real quick. Get into a single play here. Could be the knights. I mostly just want the knights if they're there. Nice.
Do we have any chance of victory?
Oh, we even silenced him? Good. I don't want him to do anything. Oh, it's hoping for a guard break there. We didn't get it. That's unfortunate.
Somebody, please save me.
Chat, the fact that that does not count as a spell is very offensive to me. By the way, that was proof there. I silenced him, but he could still do that ridiculous AoE attack. That is so unfair, chat. Anyway, I have to go back to the save point, definitely for some items. Let's weaken this guy up. And by weaken him, I mean kill him instantly. Ooh, see, yeah, they don't do enough hits, I think, to generate a treasure. Unfortunate.
I cannot die yet.
So chat, would you have guessed that you have to use ice crystals in the same room as the save room and jump through the stained glass? Would you have guessed that, chat? I'm letting you know, finding this from a casual standpoint is so horrible. I don't know if there's any hint that that's where they are. It's quite horrible. So I will say from a normal dungeon completion, it's actually ridiculous how well they hit this boss fight. It makes no sense, chat. I don't know what they were thinking for sure. Let's go. Oh, I can straight up buy Ori Calcum now in case I missed it, but I don't think I need it for anything. I know, I would dot that too, chat. Yeah, we're just gonna buy like 70 of these. This is fun. I know, I don't approve of it at all for sure. Oh, free flare crystals? Sure, we'll get a couple of those. What do I want here? We got 3 flame jewels. That should be fine. Got an okay amount of invisibility potions. Elixirs. Only really gonna get used here, I think. I think I've actually seen enough of jail. I think we're just gonna remove jail, chat. And I think I'm also done with Siho for now. Just if we have to play them, they're kind of leveled. I think I want a slightly different party. Chat loves Jolanda. We might as well just play with Jolanda. Let's be real. No, we'll bring in a chat favorite. I think we'll do Gray here, chat. Cool. Oh, I kind of want him with the ice sword. It feels so thematically correct. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure those characters had a little bit of levels. I actually don't even think I need to send any of them to Valhalla. I think we got the idea of what they would do. Like, Siho technically needs levels if I want to get the bonus cutscene stuff. But I won't be doing that in the normal playthrough. I mean, technically I could send Siho Chapter 7, technically. But it doesn't matter. Oh... Okay, I'll remove Jolanda for now. Actually, Siho does... As long as Siho ends up with hero value max, I think that's good enough for me. Let's see, if I send her in the next one, she needs Avoid, Undead Intelligence, and Resist Magic. So she's basically there. I maybe jumped the gun a little bit there. What happened to the other one that I was using? What? Oh, Messina's wand can actually break. Oh, I'm really surprised that hasn't broken while we were playing, by the way. That's kind of lucky, honestly. Then I'll switch them out briefly. Let's just get her leveled, and I think that's the only character for the rest of the game I really care about. I could send somebody in Chapter 8, but it's honestly purely optional at that point. So we'll play with her just a little longer, chat, and then we'll swap her out for sure. I forgot I could technically take advantage of her later. Armed Groom could probably benefit from Point of Fortune. We have Gray the Flame Bandit, I want to give him double bracelets. At some point I'll stop caring about their health totals, but I think it's a little early still. She needs Resist Magic and I'm getting there with Resist Magic. I had a feeling this is what she needed, but I forgot we have to set up her traits. That is what it is, chat. Let's go ahead and save. This party should be fine. At least we get to hear Icicle Disaster. Again, we're just gonna full explore here. Like, I think it's like... Yeah, that glass right there, chat, is where the boss is hidden. It's so ridiculous. I don't know if... I don't think I ever would have found that normally without a guide. To be real honest with you. I don't even think there's an indicator that something's in that room. Oh, I stood up by accident. Oh, my controls got reversed. Whoops.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Dark forces are at work here.
Mystic Cross.
Let's just end them, chat.
Ye must desire respite from thy empty.
I was kind of hoping for the victory enemies, not these guys. This should actually do a lot of damage, because this wand is like 600 stronger. It might honestly kill all of them at this rate.
Celestial Star.
Her damage is getting up there,
Return
chat.
to the abyss you came from.
Oh, some of them survived. Fine. What is that damage? What? That was a touch of death. Oh my gosh, that was actually ridiculous. Yeah, this team does enough hits now if I want to get treasure. This should be fine. Wow, poor Ongrim. Yeah, that damage from the enemy was insane. Keep in mind, he's got the boosted armor on, by the way. Now, he can't lifesteal me because I'm already dead, so joke's on him. Also, I'm glad I bought more Union Plume, by the way, because this is ridiculous. And it fainted us. Wow. Ridiculous. Anyway, I'm glad Valkyrie has some health regen, because these enemies are ridiculous. Yeah, you can see these enemies are really horrible to fight. We might just run from these going forward. I don't even think they're worth the time. The next time I see them, chat, we're just leaving. Because they keep healing, and it takes forever to kill them if they faint lock people like this. Case in point, I only have 2 attackers, so I actually can't do anything here. Like, I'm not kidding, I can't out-damage them. Like, I literally cannot kill them because they keep life-stealing. Okay, him actually hitting 0 health is useful here, so they'll stop healing. Of course, Guts fails. Thank you, finally a block, right, chat? Jeez. Oh, these are the worst enemies, chat.
It shall be engraved upon your soul.
Yeah, I'm making sure they die, chat. We're not dealing with these encounters. I'll gladly fight the knights. These guys, no, they're gonna be a hard pass. Or if I do a combo, I need to make sure to do the other characters first, just to add hit counts. So I'll do Valkyrie into the other character. And that should add enough raw damage that it should probably kill.
You have no hope of survival.
Okay. So even with their 20,000 health, chat, they still died in 1 combat. Isn't that silly?
I invoke the power of the glacial blade. Finishing strike. Icicle disaster. You fiends have no future.
There we go, chat. The fiends have no future. Yeah, that's just a normal fight here. Oh my gosh, what a brutal fight.
The torment has finally ended.
Decent amount of XP, but still not worth it overall. At least they got full healed. I'm still confused leaving the menu. Nice. What else can we do to make them tankier, chat? Accuracy actually doesn't matter for this character. Fight score is okay. I already have him teach it what was slash. Let's take a max first aid. Argrim can still potentially learn a lot here if I remember correctly. Well, he can learn hit and resist. Ooh, that's kind of big. Yeah, let's make him a little tankier. He's taken way too much damage for sure. That should help. I think I said I needed undead in, potentially. Did. She'll need like 2 or 3 more levels. Look at there. It's nice not to use the party XP. Ooh, this could be a fight I want. I want the victory, chat. While still playing characters I enjoy.
My noble Einherjar.
These characters again, unfortunate.
No mercy. I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast.
Okay.
Your You're next.
It shall be engraved
Oh, why couldn't I Mystic Art with the other character?
Divine assault.
Oh, I wanted to actually use our back row spellcaster there. That's weird. I don't think I whiffed Mystic Cross. Huh. Maybe she started with CT or something? No, she can't be, because she cast a spell. I feel robbed, chat. I can't do my AoE spell to end the fight. I'm not really sure why that happened. See that? It's not selectable. Weird. Maybe because, like, the first part of it missed or something weird? Wow. That's probably gonna feign him. Oh, that didn't feign him. Nice. Okay. I mean, healing 3k is not insignificant, at least. I got a little extra there.
I invoke the power of the glacial blade.
This is not gonna kill, but I'll take any damage I could get.
Icicle disaster.
Yeah.
You still breathe?
Because I only did the fight because I thought I could insta-kill them. Okay, I should still get the kill here. Hopefully he guts.
Damn, it can't be.
Our horrible luck, chat. Horrible luck to not guts there. Like, come on. I would have gotten the kill. I legit would have ended the fight if I gotten the guts. Annoying. Annoying. Please guts and don't waste another one of my items, please. Please. Thank you. Okay, first aid so he can survive some damage. There we go. We got an item from him.
I invoke the power of the glacial blade.
On the plus side, this character's special is very easy to get if I have to use them repeatedly. That's kind of a nice thing. It only costs like 2 CT, I think.
My blade was too swift for you.
His blade was too swift for him, chat.
I will not die.
More Raptor's Claw. I don't really need any of those items. As I said before, I really only want to fight the victories. That was just one room. Quite an ordeal. Oh my. Ooh, those things were kind of horrible. 1 second, chat. I want to check something with the evil eye. Oh, they don't have any weaknesses. Ugh. That, ugh. Brutal. That is easily my least favorite enemy in the game. I mean, we'll fight it for fighting it, I guess. We should be able to get a decent amount of XP. I think I'll level with Valkyrie, so I'll just leave her as is. This is gonna be fun. Hopefully there's just one of them. If there's two, I'm gonna be upset. Oh yeah, it's just one. It's just one. Okay.
Dark forces are at work here.
Mystic Cross. It shall be engraved.
Okay, we're good. It's just one. We're fine.
Divine assault.
Here it comes, chat. We're doing decent damage. I could have fought it longer for XP, but this is another one of those enemies you really don't want to mess around with. Not a lot of damage being dealt, a little concerning.
You still breathe?
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike.
Wow, that Arngrim damage, chat. Oh, did he actually kill it? Wow.
I love a good time.
He did. I can tell by the victory quote.
Finishing strike.
This is for chat. The boss is, well, not the boss. The mini boss is already dead.
Icicle disaster.
But I figured we ended with that, just for chat.
Your very existence is an abomination.
Yeah, that is much. When it's just one of them, it's not terrible. They don't get to revive each other.
Get thee hence. Oblivion awaits thee.
2 levels. Wow. I know you can end up getting a lot of XP from them. I forgot just how much even the basic XP was. That's crazy. If we see another one of those, if we get Bad Ratch, it's basically just like an instant level. Speaking of which, wow, this is gonna help a lot. Let's resist damage up. Get his hit total up maybe. Whipping his attacks is just really awful. Siho looking pretty good. Able to max Undead Intelligence here. Already max Resist Magic, which is good. Otherwise, she needs a Void maxed. Okay. Almost max. Let's give her some traits. She's beauty, graceful, sickly, yearning, elegant, and maternal. Well, level what we can. She'll get there, chat. She'll get there. I think she needs maybe 2 level ups, and she'll be done as a character. Then we can swap her out with anybody, including Bad Ratch. As I said before, Bad Ratch is broken. I would honestly think and say, I don't think we need a sorcerer if we have Bad Ratch. Because I could just milk so much XP for the frontliners. So I think if I was doing a more traditional playthrough, you would see me only play Bad Ratch until the end of the game. But I will try to give more character variety. Because otherwise it'll be oops all Bad Ratch. He would literally never leave our party, chat, under any scenario. His ability to farm items and XP is uncontested. Hopefully we see another Evil Eye. If we do, I might sub in Bad Ratch, we'll see. Just because that is a lot of XP to leave on the table, chat. I'm just saying. Like, me swapping characters for 20 seconds is the equivalent of me fighting 20 extra battles for free. Like, that's the only time lost, chat. I lose 20 seconds and skip 20 battles worth of XP. So for me, that's completely worth it. For sure. That's fun.
No mercy.
I grow tired of you.
Let's end the fight. Argrim does a lot of damage. This should be GG. Especially now that he leveled twice. Just free damage.
No problem.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more Evil Eyes. We'll be farming, I think, the final dungeons for XP to some extent.
The torment has finally ended.
Oh, Harpy XP isn't terrible. I just feel like if their base XP isn't at least like 7,000, I don't think it's worth it most of the time. It's just better just to skip the fight. And Evil Eye is a good exception to that rule. Ooh, regular knights? Sorry, Siho. Sorry, Siho. I want another armor. I'm not gonna lie. Right, chat? I'm going in. Actually, does he have my spare bracelets? Also, speaking of which, Valkyrie. Well, did Valkyrie level? No, Valkyrie's pretty far from leveling up. Don't I have more bracelets to Zoe? Who has them? Oh, Jalana does. I was gonna say, I thought I had spares. Okay, chat, we're gonna fish out for some better armor, since they're doing some serious damage to us. Then back to Siho leveling.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Whoa, this looks bad.
Oh, he's so far away. I need to move him. Gray's really good as a setup, don't get me wrong. How did I get fainted for blocking? What? Gray would have been perfect there. Dang, he got fainted. I think I do have to kind of start with Bad Ratch and then hold for a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, this is the problem. I need Gray to make him, like, parallel so I could get XP. But he was fainted, like, the whole time, which sucked. Yeah, if they're petrified, I can't get it, unfortunately. That was unlucky. We'll try again.
That was too easy. What's next?
I mean, I got some XP, but obviously it could have gone a lot better. Just trying to think if I should start with Bad Ratch and then hold on. I think I have to start with Bad Ratch. Something like this. Oh yeah, that was a little better. That was a little better. The arrows fired backwards, nice. Okay, we didn't get fainted, that's the important part. There we go. Yeah, the juggle in the air helps me get that XP. And also treasure chance. Oh, I don't want to counterattack them. I want them alive as long as possible. I might have to move Bad Ratch in the front. Thinking about it. Because he's like missing because he's just too far away. The Valkyrie might end up going in the back for this combo. I'm thinking about it. There we go. There's a treasure chest. Okay, first aid is kind of working. I mean, 4,000 healing in first aid is not low by any stretch. Arngrim's first aid is terrible, though. Like, there would have been the perfect hit for sure. I guess because the human enemies go horizontal, it's harder to get the juggle on them.
Their souls have been released. We have no reason to remain here.
Oh, we got another full plate? Excellent, chat. Okay, now I could go back to my other team. That's all I wanted, chat. Three full plates. I greeted for it, and it was totally worth it. Look at Valkyrie's defense, potentially. It's got Radiant Garb, which gives her, what? Like, holy resistance? She already has Mighty Check, so there's no point to that. There's just free, massive RDM increase. And if I need to, I can always swap it out, but I'm just saying, there's no point to stacking the resistances. So unfortunately, 90% and 50% does not mean that I reduced by 95%. It just means I reduced by 90. So the other one is wasted completely. Okay, if there's an Evil Eye, I'm definitely going to swap out, though. Let's see. Necklace Doll. Whatever. Again, most of these items are not too interesting. This is probably one of the few times, if you skipped every chest in a dungeon, it would have no impact on your gameplay.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Dark forces are at work here.
Can't flee. Man, am I gonna get a character death for trying to run? Okay, he leaves guts. I can live with that. Please leave. Yeah, we're not fighting that. That, chat, is a waste of time. It's not worth the XP. There's no good drops from those enemies. What a waste of time. So I guess I'll ignore it if it looks like that going forward, since it seems to only be those enemies. I stood up by accident. I didn't even jump there. Like, I was legit crouching, and I just let go too early. Scary. Ooh, I think he made contact with me before my sword actually struck him, which is kind of bad. Well, speaking of kind of bad. Ooh, I can't kill this character easily. I need to think about this. I think I could do something like this. Oh, I got the item. Nice.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast.
I'm gonna add as much damage as I can. I probably should have started with Gray. That's okay.
No.
Too late to add him in now. He doesn't add enough by himself. I'm basically boosting Siho's damage here. I'm gonna hope it's enough to kill the mage, or else I'm probably gonna lose a couple characters. We'll see. So if it misses by like only 1,000 or 2,000 health, then I will say that missing those 8 hits from Gray would have been pretty big. But we'll find out. Hopefully we're not punished.
Such is your...
Ye must desire respite from thy empty existence.
So hey, we might even get another spare full plate. In case we just want to have Uppsala warriors later.
Celestial star.
I mean, 2,000's not bad for spell damage against the sorcerer. Obviously, the other knight is dead instantly. I don't need to worry about him.
I'll always uphold the truths of the earth.
I invoke the power of the glacial blade.
This is for chat. Completely unnecessary. But just for chat.
Icicle disaster! Your very existence is an abomination.
Not enough. Oh, it is enough to kill the sorcerer. Nice. Good. We'll play it.
Their souls have been released. We have no reason
Take a
to
level up.
remain here.
Yeah, another full plate. Oh, worth it. Absolutely worth it, chat. Who leveled there?
Icicle disaster.
It was Arngrim. Let's get him tankier. Or Void up. If he could stop getting hit by those enemies, that'd be better, actually. Nothing I need there. Ray's kind of done as a character. I mean, like, I could give him, like, counter, I guess. I don't really need to. We'll give him energy cannon as his counterattack, because that one's always, it's just unblockable. Might as well as. So Siho's pretty close to leveling. So if I do a boss fight with her, I think it's guaranteed. She's gonna level possibly twice. Oak Feather. I don't feel like it's ever worth reviving characters with magic in this game, especially when auto item exists. Like, your mage could be doing so much more. Oh, use the passageway. There we go. I'm not gonna let go this time. An S-stock? Oh, come on. Oh, there's another item in here? Really? Oh, that's sneaky. Yeah, that's another one where if I didn't have the item indicator, I would have just left that room. And that's why I leave the item indicator on, because even though I've played this game several times, I always forget where they hide certain chests. So sneaky, sneaky, chat. Oh, actually, I didn't get the item I was thinking of. We'll hold off for now. There is one thing I want to try to get. I think I'm missing one thing that makes my life easier. We'll find out. Sorcerer might be worth fighting. We'll see. Not gonna go out of my way. I mean, they sometimes spawn with the knights at least. How did that freeze not hit him before I jumped? I literally threw it before holding forward. Oh, worst pair of enemies. Can we please leave this fight? Yes, please. Absolutely do not want to fight that. That seems like the most atrocious battle ever. Like, I legit could party wipe on that. Because the stupid sorcerer does like 1600 damage magic. And for some reason, silence doesn't work on him, which is really unfair. In fact, I think using silence makes him use that attack more often. So it like punishes you for having silence. It's kind of brutal. Definitely do not enjoy that. Nightshade, sure. See, that time I could see the other chest, so I didn't need anything there. Another Ether Scepter, I guess. Not bad. The Siho is looking pretty tanky, chat. Ooh. Wait a minute, chat. Hold on. We're going in. I think this is the time where Valkyrie levels. I'm sorry, Siho. I don't care about your XP right now. I'm gonna break it to you real slow, real gentle. I think I want to get Valkyrie with that crazy XP up. Let's get rid of Siho briefly, chat. As I said before, this is one of those rooms where it is absolutely worth spending the time to swap characters. So for these two specific fights, I want to do that. Oh, Arngrim is the coin of fortune. Yeah, that's probably fine. Bad Wretch doesn't really benefit from experience, like, at all. And Arngrim does, because he has so many moves he still has to cap. So let's go in, chat. So I should have all bracelets to Zoe, because I want some health. And that just helps with my normal scaling. Let's see how much XP I could get here, chat. So keep in mind, this is a large enemy that is naturally floating, aka Bad Ratch's XP money heaven, basically.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
I was like, if there were two, I'm like, go ahead.
Mercy.
Oh, unfortunately, he blocked the uppercuts. Kind of annoying. And honestly, the eyeball damage isn't really that high, and I have some first aid going on. Here it comes. They're starting to get a little bit of XP. I gotta make sure I do the uppercut. Oh, knocked out my stun character. Without Valkyrie, I don't have something that can juggle. Unfortunate. Unfortunate, chat. Really unlucky. I need Valkyrie to not be stunned. I don't care if other characters are stunned. Oh, he's like just slightly too far back. I'll still take this XP though. It's still good. It just could be better. I'm literally gonna skip my turn. I need Valkyrie. This is like non-negotiable. I need Valkyrie. Did slightly too much damage. See, it's learning about... I think the problem is Arngrim is pushing them backwards. I think Arngrim is actually stopping my combo. I mean, it's still worth a lot of experience, don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, I think with his backhand, it's causing the launch to miss. I might have to replace Arngrim for just one battle. Sorry, Arngrim. I need a character that doesn't knock backwards with their main hit. Who haven't we seen in a while? Oh, Lawfer would be pretty fun. Let's put Lawfer in briefly. We haven't seen this character in forever. Put some Zoe on him real quick. He's got a breakable weapon. Oh my gosh. I so did not care about this character. Well, there's Spinning Spear. This will do no damage, hopefully. Get some extra CP while he's here. Oh gosh, what was his last upgrade even? Oh my, he's quite underleveled. I'm gonna try one more time. Alright, so hopefully this will not knock the enemy out of the launcher, and we should be good to go. Oh, there's two this time. Ooh.
We have nothing but to fight.
This is gonna be so much XP combined.
I stake everything on this single bow.
Let's damage them a bit more, chat.
Finishing strike.
That does no damage. That's so sad.
Just the stream.
I'm so sorry, Lawfer. You're gonna die here.
I shall strike again.
Okay, well, this just got a lot harder. We finally got a battle with two of them, which is gonna be a lot of total experience. Don't get me wrong. Thankfully, he gutsed. Ooh, Valkyrie without healing is kind of interesting. There we go. Chipping out some XP. That's what I want to see. That was a much better combo. Lawfer, just keep gutsing and you'll be fine. There we go. Okay, just don't get frozen here. I know we should be okay. Good. Oh, that's right. I'm immune to freeze. I forgot about that. We got that item already. Oh, Lawfer keeping him in the air longer. Hopefully this does not kill. I actually don't want it to kill. But I want to leave him pretty close. I think it's safe to do a Lawfer combo here. Because I just need to do a little more damage. And Lawfer was not doing a lot of damage to begin with. So if I could put him at like the second E in enemy, I think I'll be okay.
You only prolong.
I'll risk Gray. Hopefully Gray doesn't kill here.
Finishing strike.
Please don't kill. Don't want it to kill.
Disaster.
Oh, it didn't kill. Thankful.
What? You still breathe?
Okay, we made that. Okay, we made that much easier on ourselves for later. Don't get petrified. Okay, we didn't. Good. Doesn't matter if he gutses or not. I don't care. Guts anyway. Alright, so we just have to not hit the front one. We should be good. Oh, look how many more items we got from that. That was nice. Too bad he bounced on the floor, though. Do I do have to be conscious of that. If they do bounce on the floor, I'll get the purple gems instead of XP, which is unfortunate. Okay, you should revive him. That should be okay. So we're gonna get max XP, chat. I think legit we're gonna get like 200,000 experience from this. If you're curious, like just straight up, I'm pretty sure. Oh, why was his move so delayed there? That was weird. It like ate my input with him. He didn't like attack until almost like 3 seconds after I pressed the button. Kind of sucks. Ooh, first aid Valkyrie, please. Oh, don't first aid Lawfer. Waste of time. Oh, he guarded it. That's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. This is actually really bad. Oh, actually, this is really... If she doesn't guts this is a problem. Bad Ratch, please revive Valkyrie. Don't revive Lawfer. Okay, revive Valkyrie, good. Annoying. I'm gonna revive Lawfer manually. Then I'm gonna make Gray use Elixir on Valkyrie, because she is most likely to survive anything. Yep, that should be fine. Who cares about Lawfer? He's just an attack target as far as I'm concerned. I don't need him in the combo, it's just nice that he's there. So he's gonna eat a lot of our Union Plumes, but this is worth it, chat. Valkyrie's at a good amount of health. Gotta do some real damage here. Oh, I didn't launch him in the air high enough. That's a shame. I'll do Icicle Disaster here, actually. I need to do some damage here.
Finishing strike. Icicle Disaster. So still you fight.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off because I wasn't sure if that would kill or not. I wasn't sure how much damage Valkyrie would do if she went second. But we're almost done with the fight, chat. Okay, we're gonna weaken them up a little more. This is fine. Okay, that should give us basically full meter. This is fine. So all of our charge moves should be recovered. I should have gained enough total XP that between the two of them, I'm okay. Please recover Val. Oh, come on. No. No. We need her awake to get the kill. This is... Okay, this is now annoying. I need her to wake up or do something. Oh, I can't use items with them? Is it because I attacked, I guess? Whatever. Just let me use Valkyrie. I need her on both characters. I don't care if Lawford is there or not. Please let me get a turn with her. Okay, we're good. Okay, that's a kill. Valkyrie should be able to help finish this one off. Ooh, lots of XP right at the end. Nice. This should be max XP, I'm pretty sure. Get ready for a lot of XP, chat.
I'm ready for Valhalla already.
6 levels, chat. Oh, look at that XP. Worth it. Oh, 112,000 experience. Chat, that I think was literally worth 20 times the other battles. And it only took another, like, 25 seconds over the average battle time. Not all battles were created equal, chat. Completely worth it. Completely worth it. Valkyrie's gonna level again? Are you serious? Yeah, Lawford just became a real character. We'll sub him out for now, though. We don't need Lawford right now. We'll put Siho back in. I will take their bracelets, though. And I can't actually unequip Bracelet Zoe from her. She's gonna level. Yeah, those characters are definitely for real at this point. See, a little unfortunate, Arngrim doesn't have like a lot of synergy with combos. He does a lot of damage, which is good if you're looking to actually kill a boss. But when you're looking to... Oh, look at that, 680 points, chat. What do we even do with this? If there is anything I can do. Like, all these stats are pointless. I mean, I guess I can max things for the sake of maxing them, I guess. Because otherwise she has everything she can learn, I think. Gray with a phenomenal 340 points. Wow, chat. Get his damage up. Hit accuracy, sure. Could add damage to Splash. That's not terrible. We give him auto item 3. We'll give him 4 as a backup. Hold on to the rest for now. Speaking of which, where was Lawfer at? 285 from Jolanda. Wow. Is she maxed as a character as well? Like, is she legit done? Interesting. So she's actually done, technically. Until I get something more useful. I did see Lawfer had 800 points, by the way. Did you see that? We're gonna be maxing that really soon. I actually don't want anything on Bad Ratch. Just hold on to his points. There's Lawfer becoming a real character, chat. Hold on, let's just make him actually unkillable. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. We're good. He's got auto item up. Oh, so he could revive. Give him max survival. Should be good enough. Out of curiosity, what is his health total if I look at the status? 1,500 health from like only 4,000 or 5,000, I think. Ridiculous. But Arngrim's getting up there, 20k health. Everybody's pretty close to leveling, so we'll get into a couple random fights, I think. Oh, actually. I don't think I checked the hidden room here. Very rude, chat. Mystic Cross, we don't need that. Concentration, okay. Ruin's Fate. Remember what that one is offhand. I know we have concentration already, so what does concentration transform into if I do the opposite? I thought it was in here somewhere. Why do I not see it? Well, it's right here. Oh, you can't transmute this one. Interesting. I think we have Cure Condition already, so there's nothing to really want here. Get the critical. I don't even think I ever use that in any playthrough. I don't even recall what it does, to be honest with you. Don't think it's needed. But I want to see that Ruin's Fate. It looked like a normal sword. Oh, just darkness damage up. Oh, that's so lame. Chat, S-Stock is better than this. What a lame item. 0 out of 10 item, chat. Try again. So if we go all the way to the Queen's Chamber, that's our reward. Is it worth bad ratching for XP on the boss? I forgot the enemy was still there. Thinking about it. Probably not.
To my side, my noble.
I mean, it's basically as much XP as the Evil Eyes were.
Dark forces are at work here.
Not terrible. Oh, that wasn't enough for a combo. At least I got the freeze. That's fine. Yeah, see that, chat? Like, the combo is a little awkward because Arngrim pushes them so far away. But fortunately,
Final blast.
at least his damage is high.
Dead already?
Okay, getting freeze from the Ice Sword, kind of a nice bonus there. In fact, I'm gonna end a turn again just so they get more CT. Okay. Nice.
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault.
Easy kill. Arngrim's not a team player. Indeed, he's not. But he does a lot of special damage, as I said before. I think Lawfer out-damages him. And Lawfer is slightly better in combos, for sure, because he's got multi-hits. But Arngrim is kind of there if you need a guard breaker.
Such is your fate.
So if you're playing all melee, his backhand swing is pretty good at breaking guard, from what I remember. Like, it's funny that he breaks guard better with his fist than the sword.
I fight for truth, but now I will also fight for myself.
Okay, so I think that was an Arngrim level, which is good for us. I think I need one more battle and Valkyrie will level, and then I'll just swap it back. Yeah, she's so close, chat. Nice. Arngrim getting a level here will help significantly. Plus, I'm gonna need a lot of magic resistance. Hit up doesn't hurt. You'd give him tankiness, I suppose. Light is probably more useful, though. Hold on to his points. Yeah, Siho, as I said before, I think needs 2 levels, and she's done as a character. Valkyrie's already done, but we might as well get more health. Why not, chat?
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Dark forces are at work here.
She couldn't miss the cross there again.
Finishing strike.
I swear I don't understand this game sometimes, chat. There must be like some Mystic Cross hit that did not land that stops her from comboing. That is so annoying, chat. Oh, even with the damage reduction, he's still gonna die in basically one combo. I mean, I really just want to level, but like if she's not gonna miss the cross, like it's not worth it. Let's get the kill here. Yeah, like, I don't, like, it hit the first hit, the second hit, the third hit. Maybe it missed, like, literally the last hit. Maybe that's why it didn't work. And that's also, we could blame Arngrim for that, because the Mystic Cross will not reposition if the enemy gets knocked back. I think Arngrim is actually stopping us from spellcasting, which normally is not a problem, but these enemies are a big problem. So if I don't get that Mystic Art / Purify Weird Soul, it is a big waste of time. Case in point. Of course he did guts. Wow, I can't even imagine fighting these things without the breastplate, by the way. It'd be so gross how much damage they do. I don't think I could do enough damage to really do anything to them. This is kind of the problem when you have really high health characters in this area specifically. Hopefully this will level and then I could go back to my normal setup. See how it goes, I suppose. Okay, Arngrim, please kill this character.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike.
Well, that's not enough damage. Ooh, we're gonna have to Icicle Disaster, chat.
You want more?
Oh, he got turned to stone.
Power of the
Nice.
glacial blade. Finishing strike. Icicle Disaster.
We'll take it.
My blade was too swift for you.
So 1 level up here, I'll appreciate it for sure. And I think I'll go back to the ring of dodging. Having really unlucky guts today. I feel like I've missed like half of them. Pretty blocked. They got extra purple. Hold on to it. Next turn I should be good. He guts. If he guts is this, I was gonna heal, so that way it will help for the boss fight, but of course he dies. Alright, chat, of course he would die. Okay, see, that time she was allowed to join in. It must be like it only tracks the last hit of Mystic Cross. Like, that has to be what it is, chat.
Icicle Disaster.
Anyway, that should be a kill.
My blade was too swift for you.
So the upcoming bosses have no elemental weaknesses. One of the enemies has ridiculously high health from what I recall. And in general, spells don't do a ton of damage. There is one that I think is very tanky to physical, so having things that buff damage is not terrible. The things like Might Reinforce is actually kind of useful with this team. We might have her start the battle with that. I'm gonna unequip the bracelets. It's super unlikely I'll level. Instead, we'll go for the Power Bangle because they need more damage, and we'll go for Mighty Check. I can't get status ailmented. I think that's just the better play. Health-wise, looking pretty good. Siho might survive a spell. I'm not entirely sure. See, there's one thing I was looking to level. I think it was a Void. So she's done with that. And she's kind of all the way through her hero points. It's not terrible. So it looks like, as I said before, one more level should hopefully give us enough points to clear out the hero values here. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll leave the bracelet to Zoe on the other characters, because I'll probably get a little over. I'm thinking I'll get like 50 to 60,000 with a like suboptimal combo. Whatever. If he's gonna float up there, chat, I'm like, whatever. Matter. We're gonna hopefully go to that save point. And we are going to, I guess, go fight the bosses. I have to see if any of the other enemies are actually worth fighting, because I know Evil Eye, for example, is like one of those exceptions where I want to go out of my way to fight them even if I was skipping all encounters, just because the XP is so high. Like, unless the challenge is literally just be at like level 1, and you know, kind of is what it is. But as I said before, I like being mostly low level. Valkyrie's really high level. I wish I could sub her out, honestly. I would have loved to have other characters do that. I don't think, yeah, I'm not allowed to. Which is unfortunate. So she'll end up absorbing a lot of XP. Anyway, chat, this is ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking with this. Stand on ice here, I think. I don't remember what the trick is to this. It might be this. Right, chat? Like, would you have ever have thought in your life that this is how you get to the boss? They have some very questionable design decisions, if you couldn't tell, chat. I don't know how you as a player would know this without a strategy guide, to be real with you. Given that this can appear outside of heart. Oh, is that an Evil Eye? Ooh, hold on, chat. Hold on. It's XP milking time. Hold on. Worth it. Okay, who's going? Okay, we want to level Gray, because Gray's cool. Who else does not knock back, but would be kind of interesting to level? What do you say, chat? Do you want me to do Jail, or Jun, or Aelia? Who do you prefer? Because Arngrim can't combo this very well. He's actually going to knock them out of the combo. In fact, what I'm going to do is put Bad Ratch here. Actually, no, I can't do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, actually. We could try to optimize the number of hits. The closer he is to the target, the more hits he'll get. We haven't seen Jun in a while. Sure, we'll do Jun. I don't think Valkyrie can level from that. He's all set up and good to go. He needs better armor for sure. He goes away from you briefly. Just need like an okay amount of hits. Could be almost anything, honestly. I prefer a triple hit here. I don't need it to do a lot of damage. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Demon Blade's kind of fun. Put a full plate on him because we can. Let's go ahead and give him some health. I mean, he's got a pretty cool special. He's like okay otherwise. Got a floating coin of fortune. One's on Valkyrie. Could put one on Gray. Let's go ahead, chat. Let's get this fight out of the way. We're gonna hope for 2 of them, because we know that's gonna be like 111,000. But if it's just 1, it's not a big deal.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Yeah.
Even in the face of defeat, I shall never surrender.
Oh yeah, milk that XP. There we go. It begins, chat. Also, I forgot to see what Jun's stats were. This might have been a mistake slightly with my positioning. It's not a big deal. How much XP? Love it, chat. As long as he doesn't faint, that's all that matters, chat. Ooh, optimal number of hits for sure right there. I think that's as good as I could get with the character bounces like that. Think he has guts? If not, it's not a big deal either way. And if they kill Bad Ratchet, it honestly also doesn't matter. 'Cause I think I have enough XP now to do whatever I want. Nice. Cool Icicle Disaster to weaken him.
Finishing strike.
That's not enough damage.
Icicle disaster.
I'm scared to use Valkyrie because she will definitely kill here.
Concede defeat, doomed one.
Concede defeat Doom 1. So it looks like max XP already. We just gotta get the kill here. Ooh. I wonder if he has guts, chat. I should have checked. Well, Bad Ratch going in? Bad Ratch doesn't care? Yeah, we got 3 people with Union Plume, so it shouldn't really matter, honestly. Do a little more damage here. That somehow whiffed. You know what? That's fine. I don't think I wanted that to hit anyway. We'll do a little more damage there. Oh, I meant to counter there. Oops. Nice guts. Ooh, maximum damage, chat.
Invoke the power of the glacial blade. Finishing strike. Icicle disaster.
There we go.
Concede defeat, Doom.
Mugen no Kensen. Blade art. Senko Jin.
Ooh, didn't quite max the gauge.
Resist not. You are doomed.
That's fun. Revive yourself, Gray. Guts it. Yeah. Doesn't matter if he dies. So anyway, Valkyrie is now going to be super power leveled with XP for sure. Just need like one more turn of combat, I think. Or he'll block and I do no damage. I mean, that could also happen. I'll fish out some purple gems for me. Now I should be able to Icicle Disaster if I really need to. Something tells me with how often Jun is dying, I don't think he has guts. Stun Bad Ratch, doesn't matter. Oh, heal Bad Ratch, nice. Take that, chat. Okay, that should give us all of our specials back. Oh, we're already maxed, apparently. Nice. If he gets stunned, it doesn't matter. He adds no damage. Be real with you. We just need to land other hits and we should be good. Oh, he guts. Nice. Let's go for the kill. Did he really guard break me? How did that not kill him? Oh my gosh, I have to do another turn. It's not worth risking. Not worth the risk, chat. Not worth the risk of the revive. I'm skipping turn. Okay, Elixir there to hopefully not get killed. I can't believe he guarded that. Oh, he does have guts. It just didn't trigger until now. Nice. Killed with our weakest party member. What I want to see. We should have this for free. Let's go for the guard break with him. There we go. Okay, this should be a lot of XP, chat.
I will not squander this second chance in life.
That actually leveled us? Wait a minute, I thought Valkyrie wasn't that close to leveling. I thought she needed 150,000. How did that happen? Did I not look at her XP properly? I guess I didn't. Oops. Oh well, not a big deal. I mean, I don't need her to be at theoretical max health. Just use some of these, this is fun. Just to say that we maxed it, chat. We'll put a couple points in everything. I don't think I can learn new techniques from now on, but slowly put points there. Anyway, let's see how much Jun can get now. Oh, his guts was maxed and it was that unlucky? Wow. I thought that was legit like guts too. It's actually trash. Super unlucky, chat. Oh, look at that damage. Ooh, those stats though. So Gray, I think, is almost done as a character as well. Let's raise his agility so he's more likely to dodge. And I guess we can increase his splash damage. He's already maxed first aid. I don't really need any of these. I mean, I guess charge is free damage if I really want it, I guess. He's got enough health, I could probably afford it. Also, he's 39,000 health now. Yeah, I think he can afford it. Yeah, I mean, like, tank like Jolanda, like, exactly. Well, actually, we should max Noise Arrow. That's actually worth maxing on this character. Everything else we have is not really worth leveling. Kind of whatever. Anyway. We'll go back to a more traditional party. This will be probably the last battle we use Siho, and then chat can decide who we use from there. We're gonna go absolutely wild. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I put a coin of fortune on her. I didn't think about the coin of fortune experience. Never mind. It makes sense. It checks out. That's why she leveled. Because she would have gotten 55,000, and that would have put her at 165,000. So she literally only leveled because I left coin of fortune on her. Which is like fine if it happens. It's not the end of the world, as I said before. I lose like 600 health. Whatever. It's just nice to be able to get it. Do you know what I mean, chat? It's more important for the spellcasters whose health totals are just garbage. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's also why Gray is super high level. So yeah, his 39,000 health is pretty solid, I must say, at the moment. Ooh, he almost has more attack power than Arngrim right now. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, both of them have really good. Poison insta-kill, ice insta-death. Unicorn Horn, pretty powerful. Valkyrie has an absolutely terrible bow. Can I talk about, like, how far we've gotten in this game and I still have not gotten a better bow? Isn't that kind of sad? In fact, I'm gonna double check that we have not received a better bow at this point in the game. Like, this is getting to, like, the level of being incredulous. Like, is there really not a better bow? Because we have yet to find one, which is really sad. I know we'll get one at a specific dungeon, I think, next chapter, but is there really no other bow I can use other than the starting bow? Oh, I think I might finally get an upgrade, chat. Shiny Rupture. That's literally it. Even then, it's, like, on par with something we had from... Oh, wow, that's sad. It's on par with the fire crossbow. What? Like, wait a minute. How is that fair? Man, Bo got the short end of the stick. It's like only an upgrade in technicality. It like technically does more damage in giant air quotes. Like, I guess it does more damage. Like, I guess. Oh wait, she could get Divinity Garb now. Oh, actually, this is big for us. Let's buy this. See, this is why you always double check the store before a big fight. It'd actually be good for us. Oh, Elven Boots? Ooh, give me some of those. I doubt many characters can use them, but it's better than nothing. Oh, you know what it is? It's Boots versus Greaves, so I could just get Valor Greaves for free. I don't think anything else here is really worth buying at the moment. I think we're good, chat. I want to save up for Orichalcum, and there's ways I can get it for sure if I really, really want it badly. Yeah, like, we've been using the fire crossbow since the beginning of the game. It is so sad, chat. Like, it's like, it literally doesn't even increase our damage, technically, unless they're weak to poison, that it does more. But it's just so sad. It's just like, these characters have, like, these ridiculous 1200 weapons. She's still using a 200 bow. Like, come on, game. You know, cut Utz a break at a certain point. The Elven Boots will help with her surviving. Actually kind of big for us. And speaking of Greaves, more Avoid is actually pretty important for us. Yeah. More Evasion, super good. So we'll go for those. We'll make sure Jolanda's got upgrade. Again, Evasion is probably the most important stat, I think, in the game. Over defense, anyway. You should be good now. Let's go ahead and save. Let's go do the boss, now that we have proper weapons, chat. So Valkyrie's pretty likely to block, which is good news for us. Also, I just noticed she had 41,000 health. That's a lot of health, chat. So if she sits there with her ridiculous earrings of healing, she would just be recovering, what is it, 4,000 health every turn? That's not insignificant, I must say. Okay, so now let's actually continue. But before I do that, XP. Oh, Gray is not even remotely close to leveling. Might be worth removing this then, and then making him take... We get a power bangle for damage. Give him a ring of learning too. In which case I can remove Coin of Fortune from him and make sure Siho has it. She just needs to level at this point. Something like that's not too terrible. Also, I don't really need Coin of Fortune on Valkyrie. We'll take that off. I'll put on Armor Ring so I can react to them easier. We'll have Arm Grim get bonus XP. Oh, there's more eyeballs? How many eyeballs are there, chat? Oh no. I was gonna go right to the boss, but... I mean, come on, chat. You know what? Gray really does not need the XP right now. Come here, Bad Batch. Yes, I think Gray's all set up for damage, so this should be fine. See, Bad Batch having more health is good for us. I think I'll try a combo like this. With Siho, Siho kind of acts like Gray, where I just need the target suspended in the air by an attack. So I need to start with Bad Ratch, like one hit, and then I need to go into Mystic Cross, I think. We're going in, chat. This is so much XP. I can't leave it on the floor like this. Like, this is literally like post-game dungeon levels of XP. It's so stupid.
Whoa, this looks bad.
Worth it. Look how much XP that is. Okay, we can get Arngrim with XP, chat. That should help. Wait, you can hit him in the time freeze like that? I never knew that. Huh. That's kind of unfair. Please don't stun. Okay, we're good. Oh, I missed the launcher there. Oh well. Still, that's a pretty big amount of XP. Even if it wasn't super optimal.
Did you think you could defeat me?
I'm 41,000 experience, chat. You can't say no to that. Siho leveled twice. So I think that is actually the end of Siho, because I got more points than I need. So chat, who do you want to see replace Siho? I think she had her chance. So she's done as a character. I mean, I could teach her more things, I guess. Like, I don't know, first aid, just because. Just teach her a little bit of everything, because she's going to be sent up. Let's make her well-rounded, chat. She can do a little bit of everything. Okay, pretty well-rounded. Although I think I missed the intelligence there. Oh no, it's still 10 points, never mind. So yeah, she's got a little bit of everything, so she should do okay hero point-wise. Teach her first aid for free healing, why not? Stripping her down. We don't need it. I mean, I could have used her for buffing against the bosses, but let's be real, chat. Could go with Jolanda, could go with Lorenta, Stina. I'm gonna leave Jolanda in there for now. I wish we had more archers. Technically, I could put the Valkyrie in the back if you want another melee character. Just let me know, chat. I want to make all the decisions for you. But for sure, it'd be nice if Jolanda got another Point of Fortune here. Oh, okay, chat made a decision. Let's see Miss Frizzle. Scepter. Let's use Unicorn Horn. Elven Boots, so good. Or Bracelet of Zoe, so she's tankier. Point of Fortune for extra free XP. What ability she has? Is this going to be useful versus the bosses? Sap Guard actually might be very important for us in the upcoming boss fight, because I think one of them is like almost unkillable with melee hits. Rather than Might Reinforce, that might be better. Let's see. I think she's basically good to go. What does Silver Tiara do? I don't remember. Oh, it's just 4. We'll switch it over. Mirage Robe is amazing. Poison damage reduction is super good. She had fire resistance from her stuff, but other than that, pretty solid. It looks like Arngrim's probably going to level again, and Valkyrie shouldn't level. Unless I put a coin on her. But all the coins are on other characters, so we should be good to go. As I said before, completely worth spending like another minute here. This is worth like 30 battles, and that's a lot less I have to do in post-game. So if I can save time here, I'll save time. Ooh, there's 2 of them. Nice.
These beasts are much too dangerous.
Ooh, perfect.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast.
Ooh, Arngrim's damage is so good at putting him low.
You're next.
Nice. And keep in mind with Lorenta, that means I can just kill them for free as long as I get any attack. This is fine. I just realized they stunned Bad Ratch. This is actually not fun. I want it. Okay, come back to us, Bad Ratch. There we go. There we go. Lots of XP right at the end. We're gonna milk as much as we can. It's a little awkward comboing with Arngrim. I might even hold him off until later in the combo. If Fire Lance itself. What a dummy. Oh, okay, why was Don't Move so delayed, chat? That was weird. I'm not getting a lot of XP from this because I whiffed that combo pretty hard. Let's see what happens. First aid, please. Okay, better than nothing. There we go, that's a lot better. I might even let him revive on purpose. I want more XP, chat. Like, okay. He wasted his turn, who cares? More XP for me, chat. Okay. This should give Lorenta, or not Lorenta, this should give Miss Frizzle some abilities back. Paralysis? Please kill him. Paralysis is terrible. It's our damage dealer, chat. We can't have that. Alright, chat. We're ending this fight. Say bye-bye to them, chat.
Tired of you.
Actually,
Finishing strike.
if I kill him here, this is probably good. We're gonna end it here, actually. I'm gonna get one more hit of XP, because I feel like I'm one attack from capping. And it would be such a shame to not get it due to that. This will force him to waste his turn using Restore. Hopefully I'll get unparalyzed. Here's I did not get unparalyzed. Do I have a cheap... I really don't want to use my only banish for this. Let's wait my turn, I guess. Annoying, chat, annoying. Parker could also elixir himself. They kill Bad Ratch, it's not a big deal. If he doesn't get unparalyzed next turn, then I'll just legit kill them. Come on. Does that not get cured over time? I forget with some of these status ailments, because I don't think I have normalized, right? Oh, I can't tell anyway, because she's not able to use spells. Well, might as well weaken this thing up while we're here. give us more CT for this Frizzle. Oh, thankfully they killed him. Please, gods.
Oh, it hurts. I don't want to die.
Disappointing, chat. If he guts, I could have gotten all the XP I needed. Okay, if Miss Frizzle is able to attack, she's not good. That's weird. Arngrim's hit is not like keeping them in the air. Oh well. Not a big deal either way. I'm just looking to squeeze just a little bit of XP. We're so close, chat. Oh, Lorenta / Miss Frizzle healing. Not too bad. Ooh, I kind of whiffed that. I want to try again. I mean, I got more XP from that, don't get me wrong. But I could do better. Just healing Bad Batch over and over. Yeah, like that's a lot better. So even if he revives here, it doesn't matter. I'm waiting for Miss Frizzle to come off the CT anyway. Basically just trolling them. While getting free healing. Yay. She's one turn away from doing it. Okay, so that should recharge her. Still got a little bit of extra XP there. Ooh, Poison Blow did a lot there. Good thing I elixired earlier. Okay, as long as you don't die, we should be fine. And now I should be able to finish. Okay, perfect amount of XP steal.
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault.
Okay, they're dead, chat. Fight's over, GG. So I'm boosting Miss Frizzle's damage, not that I think she needs it. So 35 should be a lot.
You have no hope of.
Goodbye.
Ye must desire respite from thy empty existence. Thou shalt have it. Celestial Star.
Yeah, we're definitely killing all of them, chat. For sure.
Monsters get thee hence.
And that was a lot of bonus XP at the end. I think that was worth it. I'm pretty sure we capped after that.
You have served me well, my Einherjar.
Oh my gosh, 3 levels on Arngrim? Oh my gosh. Another invisibility potion. We could show off some cheese later. Ooh. Arngrim just got a lot better, chat. Max's first aid. What else would be useful here? He's already got resists up. Make him tankier. Fight up for damage. I think his damage is pretty good. Make him dodge more with your noise. Pretty good, chat. Pretty good. Improve his splash damage, maybe. Yeah, let's improve splash. What does Bad Batch need? Nothing. Perfect as is, chat. I mean, I guess I can unlock his other abilities, not that I'll use them. And I could reduce their ability to defend. That is useful on, like, a couple of specific enemies in the game, but not anything I'm gonna go crazy for. Actually, raise his dodge chance. That's actually useful no matter what. Like, again, I don't want to increase his damage. Like, if he does 0 damage, that's actually ideal. Like, I don't want to get the kill with him. Anyway, we'll put Gray back in. 77,000 experience from leveling. Very interesting. I guess I could put on a bracelet of Zoe just in case. And I could remove Timer Ring. Then I could also take maybe a Coin of Fortune from Lorenta, because I think she caught up in levels. Put it on Valkyrie, so she's more likely to level, so I don't have to worry about that. Anything else I want to remove from certain characters? I guess other bracelets. Closest Gray to leveling, not really that close. I think I'll leave them as is. Not too shabby, chat, not too shabby. We're using those elixirs finally, chat. when we got tired of that stupid puzzle dungeon. Well, I forgot to check to see if there were better helmets. Oops. Oh well. Not a big deal either way. So what else do we need from these characters? I don't think anything really. I mean, I could give her concentration, I guess. I feel like there's a better support skill. I'm really curious, like, why I don't see it here. Because there's something that I feel like it made it super easy to get spells faster. Gonna check something real quick, chat. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I just remembered. Is the reason I don't have the other skill, is it because I just didn't try it with the creation jewel or a creation gem? Because I was like, I thought there was a parallel to concentration. Of course. Right, chat? Of course there is. That's one thing I don't like in the game. It's just like, I'm like looking all over the place. Is this the skill I was thinking of? Yes. This one is OP, chat. This is actually busted. I kid you not. This is the best skill in the game for the sorcerers other than weight reaction. And if you're not familiar with what this does, the only downside to sorcerers is that whenever I do a spell, I have to wait turns before I can use spells again. But what if you don't have to do that? What if, chat, what if it was always your turn to use spells? We're putting on mental reaction. Okay, so I wouldn't have had a second concentration until now. I could have had that ability, I think, in the previous chapter. Maybe a chapter or two before that. So potentially the end of chapter 4, start of chapter 5. I got another concentration there. Mental reaction is the skill I was looking for, not concentration. And it is phenomenally broken. It makes oops all mages possible. So now we don't ever have to wait our turns. I could just get rid of she doesn't even have concentration on. Then I'll just set her up with stun magic, because why not? Randomly stun if I don't get a kill, chat? Okay. I don't think she really needs anything else. I mean, I could teach her these things, I suppose. Sure, we can check here. Yeah, it's very, very powerful. We'll be teaching that to Jolanda at some point for sure. Seeing who has the Coin of Fortunes. Okay, we're good. Everybody should have what they need. But it is so good, chat. So good. Alright, one more pause. I wanted to see their levels roughly. So now we should have constant magic blasts every turn. Now we're ready for the boss. Welcome. We're honored to receive even a goddess of fools. Is that all you can say? Well, here's my response. Silence. Such a lovely dinner plan. Could we not have a more pleasant conversation? Dinner, you say? Yes, indeed. This very evening we plan to feast on the soul of a certain battle maiden. Yeah. Right, chat? Yeah. Villains, your sins lay heavy upon you, defiler of souls. All three of you shall die. Anyway, 2 out of 3 of them, chat, have 18,000 health. And Walter, who's super tanky, has 30,000 health. Taking a lot of damage there. Oh, paralysis, not good. These two are very easy. Walter's kind of a problem. I don't remember if there was a trick to them or not. I'm trying to recall. I think Jean revives people. I'm just double... Yeah, my notes denote that he revives people. Let's kill him. He's supposedly very tanky. We'll see if that helps him. Okay, 1 damage. Not great. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. So I think if I had Might Reinforce, I think I'll be able to do something here. We might Sap Guard him so it could do damage. I remembered one of them was ultra tanky. I didn't realize it was the Reviver.
It shall be in
Literally 0 damage. Wow. Okay, we need to reduce guard on this character immediately, chat, or we're gonna be here a while. I mean, I know we don't have Arngrim at all, but this damage is very sad.
I see this foe will not fall so easily.
Okay. Us taking spell damage, kind of irrelevant. Mostly just don't want to get paralyzed, because that's kind of a game ender. So I should have probably taken Cure Condition on Lorenta / Miss Frizzle, but it's okay. Ooh, she didn't mental reaction that. Oh, no, she did. Okay, there we go. I have to manually do it. We're good now. Do what we can damage-wise. I'm gonna go for a Sap Guard, chat. Again, their damage isn't too crazy. If they're not doing, like, AoE spells, it doesn't really matter. Just don't want to get paralyzed, because that would ruin the battle for sure. Oh, we do get unparalyzed over time. I was just very unlucky before, apparently. Let's go ahead and use magic. Single unit, this character for sure. Okay. Prepare to die. Or he'll discard everything. That sucks. Anyway, he'll die next turn. Should have waited for Arngrim. Excuse me, chat. Wow, he didn't actually die from that? That's crazy. He healed Valkyrie for almost 10,000? Are you serious? Wow, that's actually a lot of health. Ooh, killed him. This is for you, chat. This is purely for you.
Finishing strike. Icicle disaster.
Okay, no more revives. We're good.
Your very existence is an abomination.
So Might Reinforce would have been useful there. Sap Guard's another good strategy. Wow, I survived that attack due to the 10,000 heal. It's kind of nice. We'll mental reaction her again. Almost dead. These guts.
It cannot be.
Seriously? Cat, seriously? None of them had auto item, I just realized. Annoying, chat. Shaking my hand. I forgot that Gray didn't have it. He still had first aid. Should have swapped that over. Oh well, misplay on my part. I'll just heal Valkyrie so she doesn't die. I'm gonna hold my turn. Whatever, heal, technically. Actually, it's better just to heal, maybe. Nah, it's just on turn. Poison. At least she could revive him. Or he died during my turn, so I can't. Oh, that's annoying. We're ending him with Arngrim. Get out of here.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike.
Yeah, as you can see, this guy is very spell resistant. So it's kind of like the, you know, the two different types of damage you're supposed to get through.
I love a good fight.
Having pure melee here would have been pretty difficult to kill that other character, but since we have a mixed party, it's not too bad. Oh, he actually survived. Nice. That's convenient. Hopefully first aid triggers on somebody. Or not, that's fine. Use mental reaction. This Frizzle's at like 1k health, but it's fine. I dodged Valkyrie's first hit. Unfortunate. Okay, we'll go for the finishing blow, chat.
I invoke the power of the glacial blade. Finishing strike.
So much damage.
Icicle disaster.
So anyway, the other two are very easy to kill. There's not really any strategy to them. Just kill them.
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault.
I technically could save him here if this doesn't kill, just to get more XP. I guess if this doesn't kill, I'll just let him live. Doesn't matter to me either way. The boss XP I think here is okay.
Such is your fate.
Won the fight here. We should be getting a Noble Banish, Noble Elixir, and a Fairy Ring. The Fairy Ring's not bad. Too much XP this was.
Did you think you could defeat me?
Yeah. Like, see, chat, this boss battle is actually worth less than the Evil Eye. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's how much XP the Evil Eyes were, just so you could put it in context. So with... I think with more XP, it would have been about on par with the double Evil Eye. Just to give you an idea how stupid those other fights were. And we still got less from that than the Evil Eye battle. I know. That's why I was like, shake your head, chat. Valkyrie almost leveled. She got really close. I might as well as party XP her. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. We're fine. Let's leave her as is. Who leveled here? Arngrim did. Interesting. I think he's also kind of done as a character. I could teach him charge for more damage, I guess. I'll teach her auto item. That might be better for us. I'll go for maybe stun magic. I don't think I need anything else here. Oh, she hasn't mastered these yet. Oops. Stun magic is kind of like when you're completely done with the game kinds of things, but I have more ways to get more intelligence. Now, Arngrim's sitting at 36,000 health. That's pretty significant. It's the power of the bracelet as always. Let's see what we got, chat. And look, chat, a rust red circlet. We haven't gotten a sorceress item in a while, so I'm sure Odin will need it in his war against all the other... Oh, Butterfingers again, chat. Oh my gosh. Let me wipe my hands clean. Maybe, you know, finger slipped. Maybe there's just like water from the cup I was drinking from. No, surely it can't happen twice in a row. Oh, darn, chat, it happened again. Darn. So anyway, let's go see what we unlock. Maybe next time, chat. Oh, I can't actually wear that with the sorceress. Wait, what? I mean, it looks good. I want to wear it. Why can't I wear it? What? Did I get an item that other characters can't wear yet? What? I don't have a character that can use that item, chat. Is it for male sorcerers only? Is that why I can't wear it? That's so weird. That is very weird, chat. Also, I should have been using a divinity garb in that battle. Whatever. Yeah, okay. I kind of thought that would be for everybody, but whatever. Let's see what Dragon Tyrant does. Special power against dragons. I mean, it's not a bad... It's triple hit with 300 damage, which is obviously not as high as Crimson Edge, which is broken as heck. It's not terrible. Also, chat, I just want to remind you that for some reason, spear people are allowed a 90% bonus damage versus fire, and it's triple hit. I don't know why they thought this was fair. So just as a reminder, chat, spear people right now are actually broken. Just want to remind you of that. Yeah, there are barely any male spellcasters in the game. In fact, we still haven't found a male spellcaster that we can recruit. Just to give you an idea of like how ridiculous that is. Like, thanks, I guess, chapter 6. I could technically transmute something or convert MP. Remember the S-Stock, yeah, the S-Stocks don't actually give a lot. Ooh, Crimson Edge, though. If I want to, I could get close to 100,000. I just want to see what the spelling of this thing was, because I'm always bothered by that in the divine items. That's Ori Halkin. Right, chat? It's just like... Just shake my head every time. Oh, that's right. This could turn into a Graham. Graham is kind of busted. I'm thinking about it, chat. It might be worth going for it. Those not aware, Graham is a 2000 attack sword with insta-death versus dark. And get this, chat. It is all 3 attacks. Ooh, that is kind of worth going for. I'm just thinking about it. If I get rid of my inventory, how close am I to getting this item, chat? Orichalcon is so stupid. Man, I could just give up a lot of these items. Most of them aren't really useful, honestly. I'd even give up the Dragon Tyrant just for points. Thinking about it. Let's have a little hypothetical chat. Oh, I don't want to give up Holy Grail. We could give that up at the end of the game. Like when I'm in the post-game dungeon, it doesn't matter. But right now, we'll give this up for points. Let's find out, chat. Hypothetically, how much could I receive? I don't really actually need Emerald Necklace anymore. Actually, even give those up potentially. And Sting is okay. I'll give up the Tyrant. We're gonna go through a magical journey, chat. Hello, Reen. Hope you're doing well. I'm seeing hypothetically how many points I could get if I were to give up items. A lot of these are not really worth doing, so I'm just curious how close I am. I could give up the Rust Red Circlet. Only damage on a tiara is okay, but not really all I have for points. So if I had spent a little less on items, I think I could have been fine. Because I think I'm at 30,000. Just like eyeballing it. I don't see... I would need something worth like 20k. Like some of these are kind of worth it, but I don't want to give up like my Icicle Sword. That doesn't make any sense. You're tired? Sorry to hear that, Reen. I could be doing better. I unfortunately have work right after this. I'm just kind of checking through items. Not looking forward to that. These are worth 11,000. So I would be... if I had like 30,000 more base points, I think I could do it. I don't want to give up Holy Water of Mithra. Dang, we don't have enough. Oh well. I'll try to save up my points going forward. Because the elixirs didn't cost that much, it's more the Union Plumes. I have a couple chapters to get it, it's fine. Reload. Because I think we could get one more Graham, I think. Or Orichalcon, I think we could also get somewhere else. Because we used one up in order to get the Creation Gem. Actually, it looks like maybe we can only purchase it. That's unfortunate. I should have plotted my points out a little better there. Because I could have had Graham. Graham is absolutely stupid broken. When we're at the end of the game, I'll give up the Holy Grail for it. So we'll likely only have enough points to get one Graham. But I think it's worth it. At this point, we're just gonna leave the dungeon. But what a journey, chat. That was quite a dungeon to go through. But hey, a lot of mini-bosses. Oh, she has nothing to say coming back here? That's a shame. Oh well, I tried, chat. To the left we go. And then you fight Barbarossa again, right, chat? The revenge. They'll have to see. I mean, in theory, I just want to check one more thing. In theory, if I were to get rid of my crystals, how much would those be? Oh, that's like nothing. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I think I technically... It says I have 13,000. I could very easily get 23k without sacrificing any interesting items, but I think I just don't have enough base, unfortunately. I wish I could get rid of the stolen boots from Freya. They'll just be there forever. Yeah, Mirror Pleiades is not worth removing. Is the Holy Grail would put us close, but then we give up on stats, and stats are honestly kind of better than Graham. Like right here, we could get 1500. I could get 2200. With this, I would be at like 30k. So like without giving up anything important, I would be at 40k points. So total, I'd be 53k. I might have to do one more clear, I think. We'll get it probably by next chapter. We should definitely have it by the final chapter. Don't get me wrong, because we still have evaluation points to receive from them. That should be fun. We'll go over him again, chat, just for you. Seems like we don't have any interactions there. Let's leave. Oh, sorry, I had to go left there to escape. My bad, chat. Exit the world map, sure. What a dungeon, chat. What an absolute dungeon. We will not be doing the other dungeon today. I had a feeling that one would take a while, for sure. But we're gonna have a save on the overworld. But I think otherwise, we'll probably cut the stream in a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about thoughts and feelings about the Chapter 6 stuff. We'll pause the game here. So I would say in terms of difficulty, this dungeon's kind of a big jump compared to the other ones. You have a lot of enemies that can kind of one combo kill you. There's enemies that sort of require you to use different spells in order to get past their weaknesses. The game punishes you for killing too slowly. So definitely if you're not really comfortable with the team, I would say that dungeon in particular would give you a lot of trouble. I do think it's really mean they hid the bosses above the save point. Because, like, I don't know if you would, like, I think you would maybe see the window if you jumped, but you wouldn't think that that's where they are. So, dungeon design kind of eh. But I like the story implications of this dungeon. We had a little bit of time travel. We got to see Hrist. We got to see kind of like the time mechanics here and there. And that plays very, 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 very heavily into VP2. But I think other than that, chat, we're going to get a relatively easier dungeon. And we'll be seeing the results of setting up a hero in this chapter. As I said before, maybe not next chapter until we get a little further, but definitely by the final chapter, we'll be able to get a Graham. And if nothing else, I could get rid of the Holy Grail for another 10k points in the post-game dungeon. So no matter what, at some point we will have Graham. There's something called the Hourglass of the Gods, which we will probably sacrifice for points. I believe that's in Chapter 8. I believe that is worth 12,500 transmutation points, if I recall offhand. And that will basically get us all the way to Graham if we don't have it by then. Keep in mind, we still have a couple areas we could go to. As in, like, we could do some Sunken Shrine stuff. Now, with our remaining periods, I might actually farm items, sadly. Because I could end up getting a lot of Crimson Edges. Let me see how much Crimson Edges are worth. One second, chat. I might do that off stream though, because that's not the most exciting thing. But just to get an extra Graham, I'm thinking about it, it might be worth it. So if we were to, in theory, do that, how much would we get per Crimson Edge? I remember it being a decent amount. It's 6,000 points per Crimson Edge. So if I even got 8 more Crimson Edge, I would be able to afford the Graham. I think it is actually worth doing, I think, to be honest with you, chat. We might do that at the end of the game. Or by end of the game, I mean end of this chapter. Because we need to get Broken Spears for that, and Broken Spears can be found in the Odd Rock Caves. So we might be farming those, chat. We're going to be using Bad Ratch just to get the early Graham. I think we'll do that. We have enough period left over. I could do that dungeon like 5 times. So as long as I get a spear per area, that's a lot of points. And as I said before, Graham is really broken. Like, if you thought the damage from, I was about to call him Odd Rock because I saw Odd Rock Cave. But Arngrim. If you thought Arngrim's damage was broken now, you should wait and see what happens if he gets a Graham. Like, that thing is actually stupid broken. And keep in mind that'll allow me to finally get a triple hit. Because a big issue with the sword characters is it's really hard to get a good triple hit weapon. And this is a 2000 attack power weapon, so one of the highest in the game. And it's triple, and it has Slay, which is completely unfair. So definitely worth the points. I think we'll go back and do that for sure. I'm gonna make a note in my notes to go do that, actually, because I'll forget to do that if I don't have that written down. I think that was Camille Village offhand. I think that's where it was. We're gonna say farm 10 Crimson Edges. I think we could do it, chat. We'll do it. I could technically do it off stream. I don't know. It's really up to you, chat. I don't think I'll record it, if nothing else for YouTube, but if people want to watch. I don't think it'll take incredibly long, because Bad Ratch is really good at getting items. It's probably going to be like an hour, hour and a half if I had to guess, just to get like 5 of them. But if I get 10, I mean, that's 60,000 points, and I have to sell basically nothing else. And I already have 2 left over. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll do that as downtime at some point. I'll maybe separate it out in the videos as like a skippable video. We'll see. I haven't really thought about it. But yeah, being able to do that several times is really good. Hopefully I'll average about 2 per dungeon entrance, hopefully more. And if I do that, I should be good, because usually the lesser, I think it's the lesser vampire that has it. I have to double check that again. Usually they comes in groups of 2 or 3, so ideally I should get 1 every time I fight them, even if I get unlucky with the random roll. It shouldn't be too bad. I'm sorry, it's not the lesser vampire that has it. It is the... Oh no, it is. Alright. Yeah, we need more broken spears for sure. Or the cult headquarters, or Brahms Castle. Brahm is also really good with that. You just go to Brahms, maybe. Be easier to do. Even though we can't repeat that area as much. Oh, that's right, I can't go to the cult headquarters. That's a normal dungeon only. Yeah, I guess we'll go to Brahms Castle then. Yeah, we'll do that. As I said before, I really don't need that many points. I could get like an easy 30k without giving up anything that I'm interested in. So if I manage to get 10, I could afford Graham in this chapter, which would be really stupid. And there's a couple items that just literally don't do anything for me, so if I sacrifice them for points, it doesn't matter. So I think we'll do that, chat. I just made notes in my notes. But I think either way, chat, we're not going to be seeing too many crazy characters. We will be seeing, I think, some extra damage from the late game mages. I think the idea being is that they come in so late, so they better be good stat-wise, which I guess is fair. But I think overall, we're kind of done with our teams. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, chat. I'm just double checking if we could get any other points. Yeah, the holy wands are like another 15,000. So honestly, I really don't need that many points. So if I get 10 wands or 10 crimson edges, I should be good. I already have 2. So I realistically only need 8. I think that's doable with 2 dungeons. So maybe we'll keep that on stream, chat. I don't think that'll take super long. Anyway, I'd just like to say thank you for joining, chat. We'll be ending the YouTube video here, but we'll talk for a few minutes after this, so stick around for a little bit. But anyway, so long, YouTube. We'll be doing some probably item grinding. So not XP grinding, but just specifically trying to fight those lesser vampires. So weirdly, I think hard mode doesn't have the best access to them. So worst comes to worst, I could just do the same thing I did in Chapter 6 and Chapter 7. So by the start of Chapter 7, I should be able to afford a Graham pretty easily. At some point, I also want to get Angel Curios, so doing this is actually pretty beneficial either way. It just makes my life a lot easier. Ideally, I think I want 8 or 10 Angel Curios to carry me through the post-dungeon. And we'll be getting some chapter bonuses, so I'm hoping the chapter bonuses will just pay for it. I think that's the goal. But anyway, so long, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed this session.